Cardinals. Arizona rookie running back, third overall pick, Jeremiah Love, will not play in tonight's game. Carson Beck will get the starting quarterback for the Cardinals. Kenny Pickett under center for Carolina. You can catch that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 7. And Jonathan Taylor, Colts running back, a happy man. 2 years, $44 million.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
All right, here we go again. The only thing that's changed is, well, the day. It's a Thursday. We're back here on the tennis courts, Dallas Cowboys training camp, Oxnard, California. It is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and just a gorgeous day here in Oxnard.
It's warm out here today.
Oh, please.
Dude, it's 77. I was just out there on the practice field going, dang, man, it's hot. And this place is crowded today. And for the record, a lot of things have changed. I don't know about Reinagel, but me, clean underwear, clean socks today. Those change every day.
No, I don't do that. I'm superstitious about that. You know what I mean?
You had a good show yesterday. You didn't want to change anything
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's a necessity without a doubt. And, you know, I got into the spirit of things here at Cowboys camp and wanted to wear the Super Bowl shirt today.
Yeah?
So, you know, everybody's talking Super Bowl around here. I wanted to fit in.
The confidence level of this group is incredibly high in the fact that they are wearing it on their sleeves. We'll hear from Dak Prescott coming up in the show, something that he was asked because, you know, there's this tier article out on The Athletic, and he's a tier 2 quarterback. It's probably about right, except if you ask him. And what do you expect him to say, right? And in the most respectful way. Just the confidence that these players have. And the fans, too. We got here today at like 2.5 hours or so before gates are open for the general public. And this line today is the longest it's been that early all year, or all week that we've been here. And that feels like a Saturday, Sunday type of thing. I mean, just, you know, the people that are waiting, you pull in and the parking lot's already full. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, I gotta wonder what the weekend holds as far as fans go, coming out here and watching the Cowboys practice. Again, we've been talking about this all week. The last couple of years out here have just been kind of meh. No excitement, really. You really didn't know what you were going to get with Shoddy last year. You figured the defense was not going to be very good, so not a lot of optimism. And then the final year of McCarthy's was like a funeral. This year, the vibe is completely different. Fans are excited again. They've got some optimism. The players have got some optimism. They're excited to get things started, too. So just a complete 360 out here at Cowboys training camp.
And I think a big part of that is you've got the offense, and you know what you expect out of that offense.
Yeah, here we got him.
Yeah, that's it. And it's funny because how often have you heard me say they've got to score 30 points a game to have a chance?
Yeah.
Yesterday on the show we were talking to the legendary voice of the Cowboys, Brad Sham, and he's talking 40 points a game with the defense that they had last year. This year, the defense is going to be better. It can't be worse, right?
I wouldn't think so.
But when you look at who they have brought in, and I think that adds to the excitement level because, you know, there were times when you knew the Cowboys were going to suck, the 8-8 Cowboys, and Cowboy fans would say Super Bowl. And for the most part, that has changed over the last couple years. Cowboy fans acting a lot more realistic about Super Bowl. This year, it's taken a while, but you're starting to feel that confidence within the fan groups, and I think part of it is what we're all seeing them put together, the confidence that they have, not shying away from it. But then you also have all the national media people, not just the local ones that cover the Cowboys or Cowboy fans that are covering the Cowboys, but a lot of national types are talking about this Cowboys team playing in Los Angeles on Valentine's Day.
Ed Shoddy again reiterated the fact today on the podium just about 30 minutes ago that Cowboys aren't done looking. They are still actively pursuing players to be brought in here. We've heard that from Jerry. We've heard it from Steven. And today we heard it again from Brian Schottenheimer. So I'm not sure where they're looking or who they're looking at, but according to Shoddy today, they definitely are looking. They want to improve this team. I find it interesting, and we'll hear from Shoddy coming up in a moment, but we've been talking a lot about Tyler Guyton. And I guess it was on Tuesday, Shoddy made a statement and talking about Tyler Guyton's going to get reps with the one, and all the headlines out here, well, the left tackle battle is over. Tyler Guyton's got that over Nate Thomas. He's going to be the starter. Well, when Shoddy was on with us yesterday, he wanted to clarify that, and he did. And the first thing he did on the podium today was clarify it again.
Again, that competition for left tackle is certainly open. I know we have audio.
Guyton's back with the elbow, yep. And just to clarify that, like I said, you guys were very on your P's and Q's watching things. So I have not said that Tyler Guyton is the starting left tackle of this football team. He's doing well. I said that Nate Thomas needs to prepare and play a little bit better, at more of a consistent starter capability to earn the right to be a to get that chance to compete to be a starting tackle. And then the reason Nate got reps was because of Guyton's elbow.
There's no competition at left tackle.
There is when Nate does the things he's supposed to do to earn those ops, which he's been great yesterday in the mock and then so far today.
Find it interesting that he has gone out of his way to clarify that in 2 days with us yesterday and again on the podium today. And I find that interesting. And I think it's a good thing because it gives Nate Thomas some motivation to do better. Obviously, Shoddy feels like he has. And it gives Tyler Guyton a little pause to look, I got to keep going. This is not a done deal just yet. And I got to keep doing what I've been doing and impressing the coaches. I just find that fascinating, though, that he has gone out of his way to make sure that everybody knows he has not picked a starting left tackle for this football team just yet.
And again, he is cleaning up his own spilled milk, if you will, because the way he said it the other day sounded like the competition was already over.
Well, see, I didn't hear it that way. I didn't hear it that way at all. I heard that he was going to be he'd get reps with the number one because Nate Thomas was not doing something that he never once said. Tyler Guyton is our starting left tackle. Never once did he say that.
Not in those exact words, but what he said was the way I took it, the way every Dallas reporter took it, that basically the competition was over. He did say, though, he has the right to change his mind. But as of right now, Guyton was staying working with the one. So in reality, it is, and that raised so many questions because you won it already. And I don't know the way Brian Schottenheimer is going about trying to clarify, because I took it as, all right, well, maybe Tyler Guyton did do all the work in the offseason and has improved his game to the level that he has just pulled away from Nate Thomas. Then you go and, all right, well, maybe it's more about Nate Thomas regressing and not really providing much of a competition. So there's still, to me, now a bigger question mark at the left tackle position because Tyler Guyton, who missed some reps because of the elbow yesterday or 2 days ago, is back out there today. But now I'm a little bit more concerned about left tackle than I was coming into a training camp.
Well, and apparently Nate Thomas got in there, got a lot of reps with the first team, and did what he was supposed to do. I think it was a clear message to Nate Thomas that he was doing something wrong. Either was he being lazy, his technique just was off, or whatever the case was. And I think Shoddy was a little bit pissed off at him and said, look, okay, if you're going to play like this, Tyler Guyton's going to get all the reps with the ones. Unfortunately, as football goes for Tyler Guyton, you get a little ding, a little bit of an injury. You give Nate Thomas another opportunity, and now all of a sudden you have the head coach clarifying that that position is still squarely up for grabs.
Going to be interesting and fun. It's going to be interesting and fun. And again, this defensive line group is so much more improved than what it was a year ago. Those guys are getting really good work. That's one thing when you're practicing against each other. You know, the old saying, iron sharpens iron. But when you got iron on one side and whatever the opposite of iron is on the other, how much are you really getting better? And it's almost like when you're watching a high school football team dominate a district because they're in a weak district, and then they get rolled in the first round of the playoffs when they play a team that's been battle tested, right? This offensive line will get better this training camp going against that defensive line.
Well, I think so, especially the three inside guys, because they've got the competition. I'm still not sure exactly what the Cowboys' plans are for an edge rusher, getting after the quarterback. Donovan Ezeiruaku could be that guy, or certainly could play a big role in that. He's going to join us here on the tennis courts in Oxnard as soon as practice is over, 3:30-ish, 3:45 in that area, depending on when they wrap up and how that happens. Shotty also talking about him today. If you recall, on Tuesday, threw a punch at Terrence Steele and had to leave practice. And so Shotty talking about it, saying, hey, his edge is he's that way. He's got a volatile temper, I guess, in a lot of ways. But it's a good thing, but he's got to understand he can't do that.
He and I had a long talk, and I just talked to him about, we're playing this the way you would play a game. And I said, for an incredible player, you run hot. That's part of his edge. He's a incredible play style guy. He plays the game the right way, but at the same time, we have to have a plan that when he gets hot and when he feels, his temperature rise, and what is the plan? So he and I discussed a couple different options. I think we've got a good thing in place, but again, I don't want to take it away, the edge that he plays on, but you throw a punch, you've gone over the edge, therefore, you're going to get ejected, and he saw it. I mean, the officials threw the flag, and they were literally doing this. Like, they were simulating that they would have thrown him out of the game, and that hurts the team.
Is it hard to have an option?
Huh?
Is it hard to have an option?
Yeah, his reaction was great. We had a very good conversation, very positive, and I told him, I said, hey, look, the minute I did it, I forgot about it. Like, I wasn't mad. You have to learn.
Absolutely. And again, you do that in a game, and it hurts the team, without a doubt. Penalty yardage-wise, and then you lose a player the caliber of Ezeiruaku, and that's certainly not good for anybody. So we'll talk to Donovan Ezeiruaku coming up again about 3:30, 3:45-ish, whenever they wrap up practice. Looking forward to that. When we come back, Dak Prescott sat down for an interview with the local Fox affiliate here in Dallas, and well, he was asked a question if he thought he was the best quarterback in the NFL. We'll hear Dak's answer when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Here we go!
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If alcohol or drug use is hurting you or someone you love, you are not alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. There is help, there is hope. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741 or visit cicada.org.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circus Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at ChristusHealth.org.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
What is the greatest word of all time? What's your favorite word to say?
Oh, there's lots of good words. Trying to think of my favorite word. The one that I hate the most, moist.
You don't like that word?
Moist.
I like it because people hate it.
Do you prefer swampy?
Well, see, swampy is probably more appropriate. I like the onomatopoeia. I like it sounding like what it is.
Musty.
Poontang.
You can't say.
It kind of rolls off the tongue.
Poontang.
Grow up, boys.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Just an absolutely gorgeous day in Oxnard. I tell you, this may be the best day we've had since we've been here. Just sunshine-wise, it's fantastic. Cowboys out on the practice field as we speak, and going through another round of padded practices. And well, Shadi explained that. And I mean, the battles continue, the competitions continue, and well, we're here for it. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
You're right. I mean, just gorgeous day. A lot of fans out here at practice. They're doing a deal saluting the military. They had a flyover earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fun day.
It is a fun day, without a doubt.
Hot.
Yeah, but, well, please.
It's hot.
You know, it's funny that you say that. Like, we're sitting here in the tent, and there's a nice breeze blowing. If you're watching on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, we appreciate that. Like, subscribe, and you can comment there with anything you'd like to comment on. But you can see the wind blowing. Sometimes the backdrop that we have here will kind of bang us in the head. But if you're standing outside, in the sunshine, yes, it gets a little warm. That's for sure.
Absolutely. It banging you in the head. Ryan Eagle's in concussion protocol.
I am, man.
Because a curtain has touched his hair.
Well, luckily, I got a little padding back there. You know, it's nice. That's what Corey on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Dude, hot. See, that's, again, and that's why I laugh. Dude, I laugh at you. Are you kidding me? We could be standing outside in Austin. I remember those days. Or better yet, Wichita Falls. I remember those days. That was hell on earth. I promise you. Luckily for us in San Antonio, it was in the nice, cool, air-conditioned comfort of the Alamo Dome.
Yes.
But this is nothing, my friend. Nothing at all.
It's still hot.
Oh, my gosh.
It's not uncomfortable hot. I'm not standing in Phoenix. I'm not standing in San Antonio. Antonio, but it is warm out there. It is hot, especially when you're not in the shade. It's amazing the temperature drop during or just from being out in the sun and no shade versus shade. And then tonight, it's going to be cold as hell, and you got to put on hoodies. I've seen so many of you commenting the fact that we're wearing hoodies. You do. Last night we were at the Rudder Room, and who was it? Jesse Hawley and Clarence Hill making fun of us for not wearing pants. I was like, I wear a hoodie and shorts. I'm fine.
Dude, I don't care,
But
though.
I'm
I had to
not
go
wearing-
inside,
I'm
man.
not wearing pants. And then, Reinagel left.
I went
He
inside.
went inside, and then like a child didn't want to come back outside.
No.
It's cold out there.
It's really cold out there. I'll tell you, the Rudder Room's cool because they've got a seating area out on the beach.
Yep.
The beach is right out their back door, and it's a really cool place. Just an iconic place here in Oxnard. And there's chairs out there and tables and stuff you can sit. And a bunch of the media folks were out there doing that. And I was out there for a little while and said, man, I got to go inside.
You had a beer outside and went in.
I did.
I thought you were going to get more beer.
No. Well, not for you.
Yeah.
I went in and got me one, I think.
Uh-huh.
And stood inside and watched all the barflies and old folks. So it was fun. I was entertained.
Uh-huh. It was good. Corey wants to know, what is the feels like temperature?
I don't know. There is no such thing, Corey, as a feels like temperature.
LG, I hear you, man. LG's working outside today in San Antonio listening to Jason complain about being hot. I mean, look, dude, you would much rather be working outside here. But it's not cold today, but it will be tonight.
It will. Once that sun goes down, it's crazy. Once the sun goes down, it gets cold. It really does, and it's chilly, and especially if you're near the water.
And just for the record, the feels like is 79 degrees.
Stop it.
Oh, my gosh. You sound like the locals out here, man. You get with one of them, and it gets like this, and it's, oh, man, it's so hot. It's awful. Come on, Jason, man up a little, will you?
Chuck down in Houston said it's 103.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're in Houston, it could be 79, and you're still going to sweat in places you didn't know you had.
Absolutely.
113 in Houston is crazy.
Well, it is, and the humidity's crazy, and again, beautiful day. It's not hot. It's gorgeous, and so we're enjoying it, and we'll continue to enjoy it until we get back to the heat of San Antonio, Texas. So
I know our good friend Jane Slater is suffering down there.
Yeah, she's
at Houston Texans camp. Dak Prescott did some sit-downs with the TV stations. I really wish he would do the car wash with the radio stations, but, he hadn't done that in a couple of years. He is going to the podium today, and but I don't want to say Dak Prescott is approaching this differently, but he is, right? And, he talked to Newey Scruggs, and Newey asked him, how's Dak Prescott? Because he didn't get married over the offseason. And Dak sounded as centered and grounded and confident even with that because of his faith. He doesn't seem bothered. Like you hear that answer and you go, all right, guys in the right headspace when you think about, when your personal life is, you didn't get married when you planned on getting married. That could easily be a distraction. He did have his girls out here the other day. We saw him. But then with Mike Ducey on the Fox station, Mike asked him about the tiered quarterback report that The Athletic came out that, Dak is only in Tier 2.
When you see The Athletic rank you as a Tier 2 quarterback behind the likes of a Justin Herbert, I'm sure that makes your blood boil a little bit, whether you would admit it or not. My question to you is, do you think you're the best quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I give credit to where credit's due, and there's a lot of great players in this league, but you just said it, and you said it best when comparing yourself amongst your peers. If you don't think that you're the best or you can do anything that what somebody else does, I don't know if this game is for you. Now, can I run like Lamar, absolutely not. Can Pat extend plays and Josh Allen extend plays, with the best of them? Absolutely. So I do kind of think there's a tier to it because we all do the jobs different and we all can get the job done differently. But truthfully, I couldn't tell you about a tier. I couldn't give a damn of what tiers people put it in. When I do see those things or those things come up or ask that question, I wonder who had the credentials to create those tiers. Because at the end of the day, it's about doing a job, and I think I can get my job done as good as anybody in this league.
Yeah, your opinion is the one that matters most, and you feel, all things considered, you're the best quarterback in the league.
I absolutely feel the right time, the right thing, that I am the best. As I said, I'm giving credit to, Mahomes, to Josh Allen, to Lamar Jackson. I mean, two guys that just went and won the Super Bowl, or went to the Super Bowl. They're winners. You can't take away anything from what others done, but yeah, if I don't think that I'm the best, you'll see me retire.
It's a great answer. I mean, it really is. And you expect, I mean, what are you going to say? Yeah, those guys, they're better than I am. I'd like to be in that. No. He thinks he's the best, and so he should think he's the best. Obviously, the Cowboys think he's the best. He's their guy. So he's got to have that confidence. That's one thing about Dak Prescott. Regardless of the criticism, regardless of the playoff record, that guy is one of the most confident football players, men in general, that I think that I've ever been around.
And again, not shying away from it. Maybe in years past, Super Bowl talk, maybe avoided a little bit. A question like that, hey, that's not for me. I don't know who puts that together. We all play the game a little bit differently. Yeah, dude, I'm the best. And he's got to feel that way. Could you imagine if he said, I saw myself on that list at number 7? It's about right.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
He isn't going to say that. Now, for the record, 50 executives and coaches were talked to about how they tiered these quarterbacks, and there are 4 in Tier 1. Mahomes, Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, and Joe Burrow. There's a bunch in Tier 2. Lamar, Justin, Dak, Drake May, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Trevor Lawrence, and Jalen Hurts. There's a lot of dudes in Tier 2. And a lot of those guys I don't know that I would have Tier 2, but I went in order with Jalen Hurts at 17, and if you were to rank them, I don't know if I'd have Drake May in the top 10 right now, even though he did take a team to the Super Bowl last year, and Sam Darnold's at 14, who won a Super Bowl last year. But overall, that's a lot of dudes in Tier 2.
Well, and again, I'm going to sound like a Sam Darnold apologist here, but the man just, I don't know, won 28 games over the last 2 years. Not to mention the fact that he won a Super Bowl. So I think the disrespect for Sam Darnold, I think, is outrageous. We could debate a Drake May. It may be too early to put him in the top 10. I would agree with that. I think a Brock Purdy belongs in the top 10, to be totally honest with you, but it's hard to argue there. Justin Herbert. I wonder.
At number 6.
I wonder
Madison Beer should get him into Tier 1.
And the talent that he has, he's got an arm, he throws a great ball, he's a good quarterback. But he just hasn't done anything. I heard the other day, I don't know if it was Get Up or one of the ESPN shows, the excuses they were making for this guy. Well, he just hadn't had a team around him. His offensive line has been banged up. It's this, it's that. It was everybody else's fault except for Justin Herbert. And I'm wondering at what point in time does that go away? I want to criticize guys when they deserve criticism and praise them when they deserve praise. And I've been a Justin Herbert fan. Thought he would be a lot better shape than he is now. And so I'm not sure that he belongs at number 6 or ahead of Dak Prescott, to be totally honest with you. I don't know. But I'm getting to the point where you almost lose your confidence in this young man to do anything. And, I mean, at some point in time, good quarterbacks will carry a team. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen does that. And so you've got, at some point in time, you got to make plays, and you got to be the difference maker, even though you don't have all the talent around you. And Justin Herbert hadn't been able to do that.
He has it, but I'll tell you, when you just look at just quarterback skill and thrower of a football, he's incredible. Now, he got a Harbaugh, and now he has a Mike McDaniel.
Yes.
And so I don't want to say a make or break year, but the excuse making, because there are great quarterbacks that have crappy teams around them. Look around the league and, great offense, piss poor defense. Do you have a legit receiver? Do you have a legit run game? I mean, there are reasons. There are reasons and there are excuses, right? And when you look at, all the hype around Trevor Lawrence coming in, he didn't have a great team around him. They are changing that, and all of a sudden you're seeing them predicted to do more. And, of course, any quarterback that's drafted high in the first round, they're generally going to a bad team, so it's going to take them a while. So I can, but I'm with you. At some point, that dude's got to live up to those expectations. For the record, as we go through all these tiers, C.J. Stroud is in Tier 3, ranked number 20. Bo Nix is also Tier 3 at 18, along with Aaron Rodgers. Daniel Jones, who was playing great football before the injury last year. I don't know. I mean, C.J. Stroud, to me, is a better quarterback than Tier 3. We're just looking at a couple of playoff games. But when you're throwing C.J. Stroud in a tier with, all right, Aaron Rodgers and Bo Nix, that makes sense. But then you also add in a Kyler Murray and a Kirk Cousins and Tua in Tier 3. The hell are you guys thinking? And there are 32 teams in the NFL, right? Shedeur Sanders is ranked 35th on this list, dead last, and he likely ends up being QB1 of the Cleveland Browns.
Well, I mean, you think he should be higher? Shedeur Sanders? Really?
I don't.
Come on. I mean, the jury is way out still, and they ain't coming back
Deshaun
anytime
Watson's
soon.
At 31.
Well,
Malik Willis is at 29. Granted, he's going to be the starter down in Miami. No, I don't think Shedeur should be higher than that. But, you've got 35 quarterbacks, and there are 32 jobs.
Yes. Well, J.J. McCarthy probably should be off the list. Maybe just an honorable mention for him, if you can do that. I'm not sure exactly where to go with that. But I don't know. It's hard to argue with that. I know that Houston Texan fans are trying to take up for their guy C.J. Stroud, and I get it. But again, this is not just Joe and Jason making up this list. This is executives and coaches from around the NFL. This is not a reporter's list. Again, these are people that make their living in the NFL, and this is what they think. So you can agree with it or disagree with it. It depends. Now, I would say C.J. Stroud has done more than, say, a Justin Herbert, without a doubt. But I think Justin Herbert, just on his reputation alone, gets a lot of love for whatever reason. And I'm telling you, and now with this goofiness, this love story show on the sidelines at training camp, the kissy face and the crap, he goes down way further in my book because dude, I cannot even imagine.
It's Madison Beer.
I don't care who it is.
Do what you want, man.
Dude, I don't care who it is. If I'm Jim Harbaugh, I'm pulling that young man aside and saying that crap's got to stop. It has to. And I don't know. Just for the record, Jim Harbaugh can do that. He's got the stones to do it. Just like Shotty told us yesterday. If you were with us, you heard him say that Prescott has no say-so in the personnel.
Yeah.
And he said it with conviction. And that's what coaches do. So, and for Harbaugh to allow this nonsense to go on in the sidelines with his kissy face crap, I tell you what, that just bugs the hell out of me. Can you tell? I don't care if it's Madison Beer or Sydney Sweeney or name your hot chick. It makes no difference. There's a time and a place, and on the sidelines of training camp is no place for kissy face. I'd be a mean old coach, man. I'm telling you, I would be.
Really? Mean old coach.
Mean old coach.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Cowboys out practicing in pads today. They're back at it today. Went through some mock stuff yesterday, so it wasn't technically a day off for the players. They did have to do stuff, meetings and all of that stuff. They just didn't put the pads on. They didn't get outside in the pads. They did get outside for some mock stuff, just going through and making sure they're all on the same page. So today they're banging heads again, and they're out there in pads. When we come back, the NFL continues, or teams around the NFL continue to pay players. And so we're going to take you a little bit around the NFL and talk a little bit about that. If you've got some comments on anything that we're talking about, please give us a call, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can get Jason at Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210, or you can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. A good way to get there is going to sasportstar.com. There's a nice little shortcut to get you to our YouTube page. Like, subscribe, and you can comment there. A lot of folks doing that already, and we appreciate all of that. We'll return here live from Oxnard, Cowboys training camp. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddles, Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each. $30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Oak Cliff Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Coming up on the AJ and Rob show, it's a Friday. Rob will be back in the saddle. We'll look forward to a weekend. And we had our first football game of the year. We'll talk about that and plenty more. It's the AJ and Rob show. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. How about them Cowboys? San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you in part by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here live in Oxnard, Cowboys training camp 2026. Cowboys on the practice field right now as we speak. And I saw something and it was on video. It's got to be true. Caleb Downs actually got beat by Cavante Turpin.
What?
That can't be true, right? I mean, the guy's already got a gold jacket, doesn't he?
No.
I thought he already had one.
No, he does.
That's what it seems like out here.
No.
Guys, please be quiet.
And Caleb Downs is being a good teammate.
Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea.
It was a nice move by Turpin, I will say. And then a pretty nice pass by number 4.
Yeah, he's pretty good at throwing the football.
Yeah, not bad. In their training camp and regular season.
I will tell you, though, the Caleb Downs love is incredible. I was out on the field earlier, and when he came out onto the field, the crowd went nuts.
Yeah.
Again, the expectation, the hype around him, another louder, I want to say the next loudest because I don't know if that's fair to measure, was Christian Parker.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy walks out and you hear the crowd looking around going, who's CP? You know what I mean? It's just like you expect it for a CD, a Dak. You expect it for George Pickens.
They're old news, man.
They are.
They're old news.
The excitement level that you get from these guys. And as you're listening, and I don't know if it's coming through your radio speakers, but they did a flyover earlier with a couple of small planes. I did post some video of that on Instagram at Jason Minix. And I keep hearing them go. Now, I did see a Coast Guard helicopter earlier. I don't know if that's part of the flyover or just Coast Guard chopper doing coasty things. But I'm trying to figure out what planes they're using because these are propeller planes. Sounds like a helicopter, so I'm looking for a helicopter, and I see these small planes. So, and since we're near the Navy base, I'm assuming Navy airplanes, not Air Force planes, but, the small, like the Beechcraft T6 or something like that is probably what it is. Because I know some people are very curious about that.
Yeah, I mean, and it was just cool that they have that. Of course, there's a Navy base just right here. It's not far away. A couple of things to update you on. Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram showing that Cowboys linebacker Jayshawn Barham walking into the injury tent. Doesn't look like he's limping badly or anything like that. However, he has been one of those guys that, is causing some heads to turn out here for sure. He's had a pretty good camp so far. And the other one comes from Todd Archer. Caleb Downs actually back catching punts. Could he be a possible punt returner? Interesting. So some things going on and Shoddy experimenting a little bit apparently with some of the players. Interesting.
I don't know that I want Caleb Downs returning punts. And that's what you have a Turpin for, but I guess you do have to have a backup plan just in case. So something to keep an eye on. The business in the NFL has been really good. And apparently the NFL has switched from not paying running backs to paying running backs. Jonathan Taylor gets a 2-year, $44 million contract extension.
Not bad, huh?
Now, granted, when you look at Now, yeah, that's really good money. Although you look at the Bijan deal, and I'm waiting to see what Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get from Detroit, and it's still not close to what wide receivers are getting.
No, of course not.
Like if you've got a kid right now that plays running back, turn that dude into a wide receiver. I mean, you think about the position of running back and what it was when we were growing up and how important it is now. As Cowboy fans, we all know, you can devalue that position. You can let guys walk and just say, all right, we're going to just throw somebody back there. And then you realize, you know what, we really need a good running back. But the Cowboys don't want to pay one. It's kind of like the Cowboys and safety. Two positions that typically have been ignored, especially in recent years. Well, now they got a Caleb Downs. They do have a running back, but I never expect Williams to break the bank, and Jaden Blue, even if he develops into that guy, the Cowboys will turn him loose before that happens. But it is crazy when you start seeing, you go back, Saquon finally got paid, and now you're seeing all these other running backs getting the Brinks-Struck treatment, and it's still not close to what the top-end receivers are making.
And I think that, well, sure, but I think when you were talking about Gibbs, he's next. Saw a report from, I think it was Shefty, who said that they're close in Detroit with him, and he could exceed all of them and become the highest-paid running back in the NFL. So we're waiting on that. Shefty said that could happen today. So we'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs is about to be a wealthy young man. There's no question about that. Jonathan Taylor is an interesting guy. Obviously a hell of a running back. He's a damn good fantasy running back for sure.
Yeah.
But they were talking this morning, Jason, and I don't know if you saw this, but talking this morning that Indianapolis is one of those teams that they have high hopes every year, and they just have not been able to really do much, even with some of the talent that they've had go through there, including Taylor.
I mean, again, you look at it, and the Colts are an interesting team, and you look in the AFC South, they always seem to be really good. They got one of the best GMs, but are they going to do enough to get over the hump? And it feels like that's the one team in the in the division that doesn't get talked about near enough. Especially with Jacksonville coming on.
Well, very true. And then Houston right now is the king of that division, so most likely going to win it again if all things are equal. The Cincinnati Bengals, we've heard Shoddy say that starters are not going to play in the preseason for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, with some exceptions, Caleb Downs could see some run. Some of the rookies that are projected starters could see some run in the first or second preseason game or both. Cincinnati Bengals say their starters are going to play in the preseason. And, I look at it a couple of different ways. If you're Cincinnati, obviously, they were pretty much in the same boat as the Dallas Cowboys last year. The defense, awful. The offense, pretty good. They've got two star wide receivers, just like the Cowboys have here. And obviously a good quarterback in Joe Burrow. But they've got to do something. And I think Zach Taylor, who is on the hot seat, by the way, head coach of the Bengals, has said, look, we want to have these guys ready. And I think there's a case to be made for that. I know teams and coaches are afraid that guys are going to get hurt in meaningless football games. But, again, I just think a little bit of a warm-up, a little bit of a shaking the rust off before you hit game number one is not a bad thing.
Well, and I do think, and Pledge points this out on our YouTube page, Cincinnati gets off to these awfully slow starts. So they have to do something different. Teams that fast start, they're going to go with, it's a roll of the dice. There will be Cowboy stars that don't see the field at all in the preseason. And I kind of like that second preseason game to get your starters in and get them some work. At the same time, though, and, you're out here watching practice. Dak Prescott gets the vast majority of the reps with the ones. So if you're, battling for QB2, those preseason games are basically all that you have. And, if you want to see what you've got in Howell or Joe Milton, it's going to be in those preseason games. I kind of want those guys to get the reps as opposed to Dak getting reps with CD because we already know what those guys can do. So it really is a different philosophy for every coach.
Yeah, I suppose so. I just I don't know. Who said it? There's a coach that says the only way you get better at football is playing football.
Well, I think all coaches say that.
Well, I mean, and so it makes sense to me
but your risk reward.
Well, sure.
Has to align with that too. And sometimes, it might be what is the other team doing, but that is why, and Brian Schottenheimer talked about this the other day, while the NFL is so encouraging all the joint practices to happen because nobody plays in the preseason, and they get better work, more work out of what they're doing in those joint practices. But you said it. We have football on tonight.
We do.
I mean, I don't know that I'd say I'm excited, but we got to watch NFL football tonight.
I'm excited just for one reason. I want to see Carson Beck. I want to see what he does. He's going to start for the Cardinals tonight, and I want to see how he does. If you remember and you follow college football, I know everybody listening here most likely does. Carson Beck was that guy that was going to be the next when he was at Georgia, and then all of a sudden kind of fell off the face of the earth. He resurrected himself in Miami last year, and now he's going to get the start. So I am excited to see that young man play and see how he does with his first taste of the NFL life, if you can call it that. And then Kenny Pickett is going to start for the Carolina Panthers. Remember him?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe won't see much of him. I saw this on Twitter, so you guys can fact check this. Carson Beck might be the first person to throw the last pass of the college football season and be the first person to throw a pass in the next NFL season.
Is that right?
I mean, I saw that on Twitter. I don't know how to fact check that. And I guess if Kenny Pickett gets the offense going first tonight, that won't be true, but he could have the opportunity. He did throw the last pass in the championship game, which, by the way, Indiana won the national championship, right?
Yes, they did.
Did you hear the new athletic director at Purdue today?
I did, yes.
And he's reading this. He prepared this statement. Or not. Bludge?
Hello?
I'm trying. It's not firing.
Oh, it's not firing. Well, I'm sure the Purdue AD would actually prefer this not to be said.
Well, he said it, though. I think he meant to say it. And
he wrote it. He scripted it.
Stirring up some stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly right. So, anyway, at some point, maybe we'll hear from the head coach. He basically said if you want to win, they're there to win championships. I'm paraphrasing. But if you don't want to win, go to Indiana or something to that effect.
Yeah, if you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
I'm not sure. That sounds kind of stupid in my mind, but considering they are the defending champions. But I don't know. Interesting. So we'll hear from them at some point in time. I can imagine. Those glitches will get worked out. Pledge will take care of that.
Let's see if the glitches work if we're talking about the Houston Texans, because Jadeveon Clowney, is now a member of the Houston Texans. But I think he would really rather be in Oxnard, California with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, man. I was shocked myself. I reached out a few times, like, hey, what y'all thinking? I think they wanted to go through training camp. And I was like, that ain't my mindset right now. I think I deserve to be signed right after the season was over. I felt like. And when they didn't sign me, I was just like, I'm not going to go far off the play. I'm not going to a team that can't win. I want to go to a team that can win and going to be in position to be in the playoffs come December time, and why not do it here where I started at?
And again, it just betters a defense that's already pretty damn good.
Well, absolutely. Although he would rather be here in Oxnard, stay with the Dallas Cowboys. We'll talk to you after training camp. Nope, he wanted to go play. And again, he started there, I don't know. You listen to him, and I think maybe he takes a shot at former coach Bill O'Brien.
It's a blessing. Oh, my God. It's been a ride. It's been a long ride, a long journey, because it started rough for me, the injuries, like I said. And just to be back here to in year 13. That's a blessing, man. I'm excited about the opportunity. I come here to work with these guys. D'Amico got a great team put together. You can feel the energy in the building. It's different from when I was here. Oh, man, it's a blessing.
I think that was a little bit of a shot. Look, anybody remembers Bill O'Brien? What a well, I'd like to say something, but I like my job. So, what he did to that Houston Texans franchise is just, it's sad what he did with that Houston Texans franchise. Awful head coach, and now he's at Boston College, right?
Yeah, on the hot seat.
Well, of course he is.
On the hot seat.
Of course he is.
I'm told the Purdue athletic director is ready to go.
Okay.
Every recruit, every current student athlete will hear this message repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
See, that is just, and I get that, right? Both of those schools are in Indiana, so he's causing a little bit of a rivalry there. I get it. But it's kind of dumb on his part. Hey, Coach, did you not realize that, I don't know, they're the defending champs?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
He's pulling a Kurt Signetti, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that
pretty
guy
simple.
just
I win.
inspires you to run through a wall, doesn't he? That kind of energy, you wouldn't be able to bust through one of those paper banners the high school cheerleaders put up as teams run out onto the field. And then you take a shot at a team that has destroyed you the last couple of years. I don't know that I'll watch Indiana-Purdue, but I can't wait to see what that final score is. Signetti might make it 88-0.
Well, if he has that opportunity, he might. Don't know how good Purdue is projected to be, but they haven't been very good lately.
They're Purdue.
So, yeah.
We're talking football, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
We're talking football, not basketball. We're live at Dallas Cowboys training camp here in Oxnard, California. Cowboys still out on the practice field. Donovan Ezeiruaku is going to join us when the Cowboys wrap up practice today. So, looking forward to talking to him. But when we come back, be careful if you're hooking up with somebody in the bathroom. And if you get caught, don't get mad. All right, just don't, because it won't end well for you. We'll tell you exactly what we mean when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Unplug it, maybe. AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circus Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Hall of Fame game tonight kicks off the NFL preseason. Carolina taking on Arizona. It should be a good one. Carson Beck going for the Cardinals. Kenny Pickett under center for Carolina. You can catch that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Houston Texans agreed to terms with linebacker Henry To'oTo'o, keeping him in Houston on a 2-year, $16 million extension. And Aaron Donald, I should say, working out with the Rams.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yes, sir, it is The Blitz, and we're live at Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California. Another beautiful day here in Southern California. Cowboys still out on the practice field doing whatever it is that they do. Seeing some great highlights. Jake Ferguson again with another big play. That guy's been amazing. Maybe the MVP of training camp thus far. Javonte Williams had a big run. There is some bad news though. Barham, the linebacker, has gone into the locker room. Now he went to the injury tent earlier. We told you about that, but now he's gone to the locker room, not limping at all. But there is a problem with something, so we'll update you there. And that guy has really been a head turner here in Oxnard in the short amount of time we've been here at camp.
Probably the biggest, wow, I didn't expect that guy. I mean, Kobe Durant, I think, has flashed a lot more than I thought he. Obviously, Caleb Downs is doing Caleb Downs things. But when you start looking at guys that weren't on your radar maybe, and so that's hopefully nothing serious, because he is one that I think you would hear a lot in the preseason. Or if he's not getting a lot of reps, that just tells you their expectations for him during the regular season. And go back to our conversation yesterday with the voice of the Dallas Cowboys, Brad Cham, in talking about him. And he's the kind of guy that will hurt you, to be nice, both on and off the field.
Yes,
he's one of those kind of dudes. So we will see. Right now, let's do the Headline Blitz. This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz, brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Why does Big Voice Guy not say attached to as opposed to inside?
I don't know. I always say attached to.
Well, I know, but Big Voice Guy just said inside North Star Mall.
Well, somebody there with a suit on, Pledge, needs to give that dude a call and tell him to do it right.
It's attached.
Right? Well, it is attached because it's got its own entrance. So you can legally say it's attached.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what we say.
I mean, just trying to clarify.
Yeah.
You know, no confusion. Great spot.
No, absolutely.
Really big, clean bathrooms too. and you know, not that this would happen there, although we've all probably at some point walked into the restroom and you realize there's something going on in the stall that is extracurricular, if you will. Right?
Sure.
And I'm afraid to ask if anybody's actually experienced this themselves, because although when the urge hits, man, you got to take full advantage of it. But there were some people in Florida. They were hooking up, having sex in the bathroom at a bar. And they got busted by the manager, who apparently didn't let them finish and were throwing them out. Now, there's a couple things in this story that right now will raise your eyebrows, more so than already. As they're escorting the lovely couple out, the female turns and spits on the manager.
Yeah, that's not good.
She's 19.
Hak Tua.
She's 19.
Maybe that's what she was thinking. She just didn't do it
you
in
gotta
time.
give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Yeah, I mean, that was supposed to be done in the stall, not on the manager's head. I'm not sure what happened, but again, and so then she gets in trouble, because that's assault, brother. I mean, it is. If the guy wants to, she's been charged with battery charge, misdemeanor, but still. Don't do that.
Now, the bar in St. Petersburg is called the Shizo Crispy.
Shizo Crispy.
And 19-year-old Haley Serball was...
These bathrooms are nice.
I don't know if that's actually the bathrooms.
I think it is.
Or is that just a stock photo of bathrooms? Those look way too fancy to be in a dive bar.
It's Mr. Crispy. What's the name of the bar?
Not Mr. Crispy. The Shizo.
Shizo Crispy.
Yes.
As opposed to the not Shizo Crispy. What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But it is. Now, granted, if you're going to town in the bathroom at a bar and you're the manager, don't you just let them finish? Right?
No, somebody went out, probably. Now, I don't know if they were in the men's room or the ladies' room, but somebody went out and said, hey, there's a couple of people getting it on there in stall number 2.
I got to pee. Get them out of there.
Oh, yeah, whatever the case is. And so the manager's got to say, all right, I'll take care of that. And goes in there and obviously takes care of that. And then he gets spit on, just for doing his job.
Yeah, don't spit on the manager.
Exactly.
Yes. By the way, the manager, a female, Kalina is her name.
Oh. Well, then she didn't say, I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that.
Oh, stop it. Now, again, still in the great state of Florida, Wonderful Steakhouse is offering something that I don't know needs to be offered. And they're not breaking the law, which also I found awful. But imagine you're going to a restaurant, a premium steak, $250 for men, $150 for women. And you get the steak and everything. And everybody in there eating is naked.
Now, the servers aren't.
The
servers are fully dressed. But the eaters, who the hell would want to do that? Now, if there was like you have to look hot. All right,
Here we go. Here we go.
Something because
here we go,
dude. Imagine that.
Go to Hippie Hollow, man. There's probably a lot of people that want to go to Class Soiree Steakhouse in Hollywood, Florida. For the all-naked buffet.
Spicy and naked.
That's it. I mean, but this is all legal because the health department, all the waiters, and all the cooks are dressed.
But the people being served are not. I mean, I can't even imagine being a server there. Sorry, it looks like you're enjoying your food.
I mean, you're just going to dinner and you're sitting down naked.
And then what do? Do you go to the bar after that? Go dancing?
Again, these things don't make sense.
It makes no sense.
Why would you do that? I
would not do
you see
that.
a picture of the restaurant. They got nice tablecloths and napkins. So you just sit down. And at least for you, Joe, everything would be under the table. Ladies, I mean, boobs would be showing. That's about it.
That's it. But still.
But I've got questions. So to get from your car to the restaurant, so you don't get a ticket for indecent exposure, you got to walk in dressed. So then they have a changing area. Do they have lockers? And where's your wallet,
dude?
I got questions.
Well, I guess there are places you could put your wallet. Yeah, I don't know how pleasant that would be.
It would not be.
But dude, I don't know. That's just a crazy idea. My question is, how successful is this place? I want to know. I mean, is it packed? Is there a waiting room? I mean, if I want to go make a reservation for Saturday night, are they going to be full already? Those are the questions I have. I want to know how successful this thing is. Not to mention the fact it better be a damn good steak if I'm paying $250. I'm paying $400 right off the bat. That's before anything else.
Apparently, this idea stems from a request from customers.
What?
It all started, according to the chef, when he rented out the restaurant to a nudist group who all ate their meal in the buff.
Huh.
And you know what he said? I got a great idea, Jim. We're going to do this once a month.
Well, now, if you have you had a smoking section, you know, and you have a nude section, and you walk in, you say, you want nude or not nude? I mean, that would be okay. I could see a nude section.
I mean, there's all kinds of things
But
here.
not-
I know it's a steakhouse, but you know, I feel like after the roast beef, you go on a Saturday night for this dinner. Are you going to go into that restaurant on Sunday and sit in a seat that you know somebody's bare ass was sitting on the day before?
No. Again, it's not just one night, is it?
It's one night.
Oh, it's just one night.
One night a month.
Oh.
They do this.
Well, no, I hope they got Lysol out there.
Oh, it's a great idea, Jim.
Whatever, dude. If it's a great country, isn't it? I mean, it really is. If he's successful, fantastic. Unbelievable. Can we talk about this Mets pitcher?
I'm sure you're going to get his jersey, aren't you?
No.
You hate this guy.
Somebody is going to knock this dude's lights out. Have you guys seen this?
Well, everybody has seen it. It's funny as hell.
Well, it's funny, but I mean, unless you're the guy he just struck out, it's not funny to him, I'm sure.
The Mets called up a pitcher who does a celebration in the splits after every strikeout. And the first couple times you see it is funny. But somebody's going to kick this guy's ass.
Somebody's going to beat the hell out of him.
Although he's been doing it his whole career, ain't nobody beat him up yet.
That we know of. But it's the minor leagues. I mean, you were talking about the big leagues now.
You don't think the minor leaguers get pissed off?
Well, I'm sure they do, but they don't have any right to. I mean, if you're going to say you strike out he strikes out
a future
Shohei.
Hall of Famer.
Or he strikes out, the big dumper. I mean, seriously, those guys are going to get pissed off. I don't know. Whatever. And I don't know why he does it. I'm sure it's just kind of I mean, do you put that in your repertoire, or did you just do it one time and somebody thought it was funny and you continue doing it?
Dude,
it's ridiculous. I don't know what the hell's going on with sports
Joe
these
hates
days.
Nice things, man. A guy can't celebrate a strikeout or eat a steak naked.
Why would that be a nice thing?
I don't know. Have you seen the new Wemby action figure? Yeah, bitch about that too.
Yeah, I want one of those. Not. Yeah, a crazy doll. There's an action figure out there that is supposed to look like Wemby, and it looks nothing like Wemby. Nothing at all. And the comments that are below this particular article are naming players that it looks like. I think Tobias Harris was one that was named, and there were a few others, but it doesn't look like Wemby. But then again, do any dolls look like the person they're supposed to be?
No, not
in all
really.
seriousness.
No,
so I guess it doesn't matter. And Wemby's it's got his name on it. He's got to be making money off the deal. So I guess he's okay with it.
Sure.
If you haven't seen this, go find the article and you can. And then and he's not even tall. And this dude is muscular as hell.
Well, it's a McFarlane figure.
Well, and that's not Wemby.
Well, sure, it says Wemby.
Well, it says Wemby, but it damn sure doesn't look like Wemby.
I mean, there's a 7'4" Indian guy, basketball player, who is being called the Indian Wemby. Apparently, he's on his way to the United States.
And apparently can do all the things that our Wemby can do.
Yeah.
Dribble, shoot from the outside, good passer, all of those kind of things. So what's curious about that, Minix, and in all sincerity, people are getting taller, and it seems like.
I'm not.
Well, you're not. You're shrinking. But I'm just saying.
I'm a tall 5'7".
I'm just saying. These kids today, is it the additives in food? Is it? I don't know what's going on.
I have no idea. It does seem like there's a lot more 7-footers than there used to be.
Well, who knows? I don't. That's for sure. And we'll see if he turns into the Indian Wemby. The Indian Wemby. Uh-huh. Yeah. Good stuff. We're live at Cowboys training camp. There's nobody 7'4" out here that I'm aware of.
There's a 6'9" Navajo guy.
Well, there is that guy, but he's not 7'4".
No.
He's a big dude, though.
Yeah.
This guy's huge. Is it amazing? When you watch football on TV, it does not do these guys justice. You see them in person, and they are just monsters. I mean, especially when you're talking about these offensive and defensive linemen, they're monsters. It's unbelievable. And one of those guys is going to join us here sometime in the 3:30 to 4 o'clock window, depending on when practice lets out. Donovan Ezeiruaku, Cowboys linebacker, is going to join us here on the Blitz. Again, in that 3:30 to 4 o'clock window, whenever they wrap up practice and he gets over here. Looking forward to talking to him. But when we come back, this whole San Antonio Mayor Spurs thing just won't go away. It just won't go away. Again, one of those meetings or listening sessions that the mayor has takes place tonight. So that's going to be interesting. And she's already deleted tweets and stuff. It's crazy. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Major weekend plans. Golf is always a great option out at the Golf Club of Texas. It's a great option. If you can't make it this weekend, how about Monday? How about Tuesday? Wednesday. Doesn't matter because the Golf Club of Texas is open 7 days a week. Looks like a country club, feels like a country club, but it's not. It is open to the public 7 days a week. They've got the course condition is outstanding. The staff out there will treat you like royalty. It is fantastic. And then let me tell you about the Tin Cup Bar and Grill, which is a great place for lunch, great place for dinner, or both. They've got a full bar out there as well, so any kind of cocktail you want, they've got it for you. And they've got a huge beer selection as well. Maybe a beer for you while you're in the Tin Cup Bar and Grill, and then load up, put it in your cart, take it out on the golf course with you, and have some fun out there. Look, if you can't go, you just want to go to dinner at the Tin Cup Bar and Grill, take your family out there because it is a great option. The food is great, and it won't break the bank. That is outstanding. They're open till 9 o'clock. They serve food until 9 o'clock every single night. And the Golf Club of Texas has a lighted driving range that's open until 11 o'clock. And by the way, the bar is open until 11 o'clock as well. So great place just to go out, maybe practice, have a few drinks afterwards, and just have a good time. That's what they do at the Golf Club of Texas. Look, you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're going out for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, your next golf tournament, whatever the case may be, you need to check them out. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new, beautiful, energy-efficient windows, plus zero down, zero interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now, 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Experience the largest gun show in Texas this weekend in Bryan. Texas Gun Shows is open this Friday, noon to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at the Legends Event Center in Bryan, Texas, this Friday through Sunday.
Football season is here. 2026 UTSA Roadrunners football season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $110. Secure your seats for all 6 home games at the Alamo Dome, including Navy, Colorado State, and North Texas. Got a big group? Bring your school, business, church, or organization and enjoy exclusive experiences like on-field access, the high-five tunnel, video board recognition, and more. Learn more at GoUTSA.com. That's GoUTSA.com.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Coming up on the AJ and Rob show, it's a Friday. Rob will be back in the saddle. We'll look forward to a weekend, and we had our first football game of the year. We'll talk about that and plenty more. It's the AJ and Rob show. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back live at Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California on another beautiful day here in Southern California. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix. And Cowboys out there, I heard the horn go off, which means they're probably done with practice. They're just going through some things and trying to wrap things up. When they do, Donovan Ezeiruaku, Cowboys linebacker, will join us live here on the Blitz. So we're flexible there, floating there, and we'll see what happens.
Would help if I pushed all the right buttons over here. Absolutely. And you want to see easy, get to our YouTube page.
Absolutely, yes.
Shortcut there at sasportstar.com, or if you're already on YouTube, you can just search out San Antonio Sports Star, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And a lot of comments on our YouTube page about the mayor and getting rid of the current mayor. Now, there was a tweet earlier that there is a way you could recall the mayor. And in a nutshell, it is basically 10% of voters, verified San Antonio voters. If you got 10% of them on a petition, you could get that ball rolling. I reached out to a political expert type, and he tells me that would be about 100,000 signatures needed, but the cost of doing so would be very expensive. Either a group or a person would have to come up with probably about $1 million estimated to even get that process going.
Wow.
Which doesn't seem, I don't want to say likely, because there are some people out there with some money that are not happy. But you just almost wonder the battle that it would take to be able to do that. And, you know, her term does run through, what, 2029?
Yeah, something like that. It's a four-year term. So,
and while not apples to oranges, just for comparison's sake, and you can go look up these numbers as well. And Misty Spears, the councilwoman, released these some information the other day and about San Antonio residents that did vote in the Bexar County election for Props A and B, and the prop for the arena downtown actually had more voters voting for Prop B than did vote for Gina Ortiz-Jones in the runoff election. Now, I say that, and it's not a fair comparison because obviously different times, different levels of turnout. So even if you were to break that down by percentages, it would be fairly close on the percentages of those that voted for the mayor and who voted for the arena. It would be pretty close. But more people actually were at the poll for the arena for Prop A and B than for the mayoral election.
And again, this thing is just, I mean, she's going to have her listening sessions. To me, the purpose of these is to try to get some people fired up, call their particular council person, whomever that is, and get them to change their mind and go along with this. I'm not sure that any of that's going to work because if she continues to spill the same garbage that she's been spilling, then I just nobody's buying it, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense, and the facts don't match up with what she's saying in many cases. So I'm not sure that that's going to happen, and again, it's just a complete waste of time. But the first one is tonight. She actually had a tweet out there that was telling you where to go for these particular listening sessions, and actually deleted it because the comments were so negative. She had to delete it and then retweet.
Now, granted, I don't know if she deleted it because of the negative comments or not, but I know I quote tweeted it. And now if I go look at my Twitter page where I quote tweeted her, it says this post is unavailable. But there were a ton of negative tweets. Then she tweeted something else about tonight's listening session. So, and I imagine there's some pretty negative comments on that as well. It's a political battle. Again, for the life of me, I don't understand why she is picking this battle. She is pushing for it. Apparently talked to some media in San Antonio earlier today, the TV stations, and she wants to get this vote. She is slowing down the process as much as she can. With the deficit the city is in, and she talks about the responsibility of what is the best interest of the city, why she is having city staff spend the time and effort to put these events on as opposed to working on other issues and budget deficit ideas and programs and that sort of thing that Mark White told us on the Blitz the other day that they do need to be working on. It just seems so irresponsible of her to be having the city staff work on something like this that doesn't have the support from city council as of today to get a vote needed by August 17th to get on the ballot when San Antonio voters have already spoken. They did that in the Bexar County election.
Yes, they did. And I know there's some people out there that are okay with this, and I get it. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I didn't tell anybody how to react to this or how to vote or how to feel. But I just think when you look at the facts and you look at what's happened. This thing has already been passed. There were no asterisks in the vote. Now, look, if it doesn't say this or if something gets canceled, then we can have another vote. There was none of that. And I don't know. I've been around this earth a long time. I've been voting for a long time. And typically when you have a vote and the results come in, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
That's it. And so that's the way I feel about this, and it just should be over. Let's move on and let's get it done. And I agree with Mark White. As the mayor of this city, she should be working with the council to try and fix that deficit and fix the things that the city needs, because none of the money that's allocated for that arena can be used for any of that. We've said that. People have said it. Everybody has. It just doesn't make any sense, but she's going to continue to do that. I know that there are some folks that are going to the meeting tonight because I've gotten a few tweets stating that case, and I've asked them to let us know what takes place there and what's said.
You know, it is going to be interesting to see how tonight is because I know you're doing an event like this. She is going to have that room stacked full of her supporters and those that are against the arena. I'm curious how many people that are for the arena are going to go and be a part of this, or is this going to be a very one-sided stacked room event? Because I'm curious. if you're for the arena and you're for the fact that you've already voted, why would you even bother to go listen to the listening session when this listening session isn't going to change anybody's mind? I can't imagine that anybody's going to go to that and say, you know what, Gina, you're right. you are so right. We need another vote. Or anybody that's for saying, you know what, Gina, you're wasting everybody's time. I'm against this thing, but you know what I mean? I just don't know what these are going to accomplish. All the town halls that they had prior to the Bexar County election on Props A and B, where people were gathering information and trying to get questions answered, there has been some changes. I will give her that. That is true. The land bridge part has been scrapped. A hotel part has been scrapped. Those are all true. None of that has anything to do with the Wemby Center.
No, it doesn't, and that's not what we voted on when the votes were cast in November. It was not about anything other than the arena. That's all it was, and so that other stuff is just noise out there just to confuse people and try to get people fired up again. And it's unbelievable. Jordan Elder, News 4 San Antonio, has done a fantastic job covering this thing. One of the best reporters we have in the city by far. And yesterday there was a city council person from District 9 who sent out a fact sheet, basically, and great facts. A lot of people in San Antonio, registered in the city of San Antonio, cast ballots. In fact, 72% of every vote cast, according to this district council person, Misty Spears, is registered here in the city of San Antonio, not Bexar County, although we all are in Bexar County, but you know what I'm talking about. So the citizens of San Antonio had their say. That's the point that she's making, and I think the mayor is trying to say, well, we need San Antonio only to vote on this. Well, San Antonio did, and again, this passed.
Well, and that's why it feels like this is just such a waste of time and money. And if this is something that she's trying to get on her plate for a future run for a state office, and she thinks that's going to work, or she's got a group that she's trying to make happy, and this is what she's doing. But I don't understand the game plan. And you go back to that runoff election, and during the runoff election, it's the only time she's ever actually accepted an invite to come on this show.
Yep.
And she only did after she heard Rolando Pablos on the show.
That's exactly right.
That's the only reason why she came on the show back then during election season. And I don't want to say I wonder what things would be like if it was done differently. And again, there's so many people saying, how do you do a recall vote? It would be expensive. It can't happen. It's not likely to happen because of the expense and the amount of people, the amount of signatures needed on said petition.
Well, fortunately for us, we've got a lot of smart people on city council. And they're kind of keeping her in check with some of the things that she wants to do, and this is one of them. So it's going to be interesting to see what these listening sessions are all about. And if you're going to one, whether you're for or against, either way, it doesn't matter. We'd like for you to let us know what takes place there, what was said there. Obviously, Jason and I can't go. We're in California tonight, so we can't go. But if you're going, we'd like for you to be our reporter, so to speak, and let us know exactly what's going on. We got to take a break because, practice appears to be wrapping up. Not sure exactly. Donovan Ezeiruaku, Cowboys linebacker, is scheduled to join us whenever that happens, so that could be at any time. So we're going to take a break. Donovan Ezeiruaku joining us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. 210-225-2121 is the phone number. You can text the word bail to 474747 or even start the bonding process online. Just go to mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Let's be honest, watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the morning huddle. Make your pick and win with the morning huddles Rangers double dinger payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we're celebrating our 50th year of the Hunters Extravaganza. Join us in San Antonio August 7th through 9th. Come see Gator Country, Heart of Texas Snake Handlers, enter the deer competition, and compete in the annual Indoor 3D Archery Tournament. Discover the latest hunting gear and apparel, book hunts, and find everything you need for the hunt. The Hunters Extravaganza, brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association. Get tickets at ttha.com.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Still using the I got a guy approach for your digital marketing? Relying on one person in today's rapidly shifting online landscape is costing you more in lost opportunities. You need the deep bench expertise of Conrex Digital. We provide more than just a presence. We deliver results. From high converting websites and SEO to engaging social content and lead generation on Google and Meta, we handle it all. Dominate your competition with expert programmatic and streaming TV campaigns. Bold marketing, real results. Visit conrexdigital.com. Conrex Digital makes it happen.
What if one smart decision could improve your water and eliminate 5 years of shopping for everyday soaps and cleaners? For this month only, buy a Connecticut water softener and receive a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station at your kitchen sink, plus 5 full years of pure and gentle personal care and household cleaning product. That means no buying hand soap, body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, dish soap, all-purpose cleaners, and more for a full 5 years. Now, you can choose from a wide variety of fresh fragrances or select fragrance-free options for your family. Connecticut gives your home better water, helps protect your plumbing and appliances, and is built to be the last water softener you'll ever own. But this offer ends August the 31st, and once August is over, the 5-year Pure and Gentle package is gone forever. Make the wise decision for your home. Call Connecticut today for better water quality, a free K5 drinking station, and 5 years of essentials. 5 years of soaps and cleaners. One limited time. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE.
ConnecticutSA.com.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Last week, New York was trading at 13% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $712 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
If you spit on me or pee on me,
there's gonna be a fight.
We are fighting, and we haven't even gotten to poop yet. And if that happens,
well, if somebody's throwing poop, I'm running.
Well,
I got other problems.
Yeah.
If you're gonna hit me with poop, it's gonna be on my back.
soon as someone digs in the trousers, it comes out with a handful. You're gone. I can picture Rob like leaving his wife behind. She's like, "Where are you going?"
I got to go.
She looked over. "Where are you going, Rob?"
Doc, honey, Doc.
You get run.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How about them Cowboys?
San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you in part by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live on the tennis courts. Dallas Cowboys training camp. I just went out to check, and Cowboys still going out there. So it may be a little while, but at some point in time in the next few minutes, the near future, Donovan Ezeiruaku, Cowboys linebacker, will join us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
I'm curious here for Ezeiruaku, who his roommate is, and how do they determine what they're watching on television? Because there's video of this on the San Antonio Sports Star social at SA Sports Star. Grandpa over here was watching Andy Griffin yesterday. I'm like, what are we watching? And he's on TV land.
Uh-huh. I'm telling you, and you were excited about it. You were.
I'm complete opposite of excited about it.
Well, it's interesting that as Minix is scrolling through his phone, he goes, "I don't know, there's nothing on TV." So I start scrolling around, and I said, "You know what? I'm going to find Andy Griffith," and I did, and then started shooting a video get Minix's reaction to it, and then we watched about 3 episodes of old Andy. I called him Brian Schottenheimer at first. It was just a slip of the tongue.
We did not watch 3 episodes.
We did.
There's no way we did.
I'm telling you, we did. Dude, you were scrolling around and not paying attention,
well,
but I
true,
did.
But then we went to dinner.
Yeah.
We went to a barbecue place, and it's called Smokin' Jay's Barbecue. And it had good Yelp reviews. Now, again, we're in California, Smoking Jay's, and it's also a coffee shop called Potheads.
Yeah.
And Munchies or something. I don't know. It was not what I was expecting. I ordered brisket and ribs, and she comes back and says, "We're out of ribs." All right. Well, I'd already ordered some burnt ends. They had pork belly and brisket burnt ends. Like, all right, dude, I'm getting both. But I'd ordered pork belly burnt ends. And so out of ribs, all right, well, give me some brisket burnt ends too. Because I thought Joe was going to get brisket burnt ends, so we would try a little bit of everything. And then when our food was ready, I'm looking, I'm going, "Where's the brisket?" It's just right there. I'm like, all right, I'm from Texas. I'm used to sliced brisket. So if you watch the video that we put on SA Sports Star, at that point, that's what I thought we were getting. Then the lady behind the counter, who clearly doesn't know anything about barbecue, says, "Oh, the cook was still slicing your brisket, so here's your sliced brisket." So the sliced brisket doesn't make the original video. It was all right. It wasn't bad.
It's okay.
I mean, the brisket burnt ends were disappointing.
They were, and I actually ordered sliced brisket and didn't get that. I got burnt ends. I didn't feel like arguing with the lady, so I just ate them.
But when she brought my sliced brisket, it was all right.
Wait, Joe didn't feel like arguing?
Burnt ends were good.
The beans were the best. Okay, that was the best thing about the whole dinner. The sausage sucked. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's California, for goodness sake.
Again,
it's not Texas barbecue, and not even close. And maybe the folks out here like it, I don't know, but I won't be going back to that place.
No, we definitely won't be going back to that place. Again, brisket was all right, but I'll make the point. It's the barbecue quality. When we tell you the beans were the best thing, is kind of like a place in Texas where you go, man, their cream style corn is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Or a barbecue place that is known for their fried chicken, right? It was that level of barbecue, but then when you realize you're kind of in a convenience store, I don't know what the hell that was.
I don't know either.
Because the coffee shop and then the Munchies, they had tacos, they had sandwiches, and then you realize we might have been the only ones eating barbecue at this barbecue joint because, I saw somebody else having a burger, somebody else order tacos.
Well, they have a whole menu full of these smash burgers.
Yeah.
And maybe those are good. Maybe that's what they're known for. It can't be for the barbecue. But again, you got to try places when and we did, and well, that we know not to do that again. So when you're out here in Oxnard, it's seafood. If you want, the seafood's good.
Oh yeah.
So that's what you get. The pizza's good, obviously.
Yep.
But I don't know. So I don't know where we'll do tonight. Maybe downtown Ventura. See what's down there.
But there are some good. I've heard about some good barbecue places here. Last night we didn't find one. And California is also known for tri-tip, not brisket, mainly because it's just cheaper and you can cook it the same. In Texas, we call it a Trisket. When you prepare a tri-tip the way you would a brisket, it's just not going to take you as long. You can do a tri-tip 225 and be done in a couple hours, and it's going to be fantastic and you have that good beefy flavor. But when they had brisket on the menu and brisket burn ends, I was like, hell yeah, I got to try these.
Yeah. Now, again, did we mention the beans were the best thing? And I will give them credit for that. The beans were delicious.
They were.
They were fantastic.
And some sort of macaroni salad that was just god awful. that macaroni salad was just not very good. And if you think brisket,
did you try it?
I did.
You did?
Well, of course I tried it.
Oh, I didn't know you tried it.
Yeah, it was not good.
It had green in it, some kind of green. I figured there's no way he's going to eat that.
Fine. Eat some of that, but
yeah.
I like a good macaroni salad. That was not it. But I will say this: if you think brisket price is expensive in Texas, California, geez, yeah. Just saying.
Yeah, it was not good. So we'll have a better food review for you. I would assume it can't be any worse. It's kind of like the Cowboys defense. It's got to be better, right? So any place that we go tonight's got to be better. So it's we'll give you a little food update tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of places. So I will try something different tonight.
Well, probably seafood, or I don't know, pizza.
Maybe there's an Italian place that's good.
Or Italian.
Who knows?
You know what we've never done out here is gone to a Mexican joint.
Well, do you really want to try Mexican? We already failed miserably with barbecue. Now you want to do Mexican food?
I mean, Del Taco? Does that count?
That's just the generic version of Taco Bell, I think. Isn't
it? The California version. I mean, we haven't done an In-N-Out burger yet.
We're not doing that either.
But we're in California. We can.
Dude, you can go. Go. You go to In-N-Out Burger all you want, buddy. That sucks. I don't like it, and we're not going there.
There we go.
You see, that just shows you how slow or dumb California people are. They think that's the best burger there is.
You know what? In-N-Out Burger.
It's not.
When we would be out here, I would love to go because it told me I'm in California, and it's a good burger. You can't compare it to Whataburger. It's a completely different kind of burger, but it's not an awful burger. It ain't Whataburger. But now that it's in Texas, I don't care. There's one close to the radio station. It's been open for years. I've gone, a handful of times. But now there's a Burger Boy on the way to the In-N-Out. I'm going to Burger Boy.
Well, there's that. And I'll be honest with you. If I have a choice out here, I'm going to Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
For goodness sake. To me, that's a better burger than In-N-Out. It's so overrated. It's unbelievable. And I probably told this story before. The first time I ever came out to California, everybody, you got to have In-N-Out Burger. You got to have In-N-Out Burger. Couldn't wait for that. Went in, I'm going,
this is it?
Really? This is it? You got to be kidding me. And so I was like, so it ruined me, and
it ruined you.
I can't go back. I just won't. You want to go to In-N-Out, knock yourself out, Minix. I ain't doing it.
See what I deal with people? He's watching TV Land and refuses to go get In-N-Out Burger. Although we eat, I mean, our lunch out here every day is a damn ham sandwich.
That's it.
And so we eat breakfast at the house, make a sandwich, pack our lunch like we're, in the 7th grade, and then we get one good meal a day. It ain't going to be a burger out of a drive-through window.
No, it's not. And that was the other thing about the barbecue place. They don't sell beer there.
Yeah.
They don't sell beer or any alcohol of any kind. And so that was disappointing. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that place. I mean, barbecue and beer just kind of go hand in hand, do they not?
Not kind of.
I mean, they do.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me.
I promise you, a brisket sandwich from a barbecue station is on the lunch menu for Monday.
Yeah, that
Back
sounds.
in San Antonio.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
now that's real barbecue.
Absolutely. Waiting on Donovan Ezeiruaku. He is going to join us here live on the Blitz at any moment. If you're watching on YouTube, you see the backdrop blowing in the wind, and at some point, dude is just going to appear and then sit in that chair right there. One of the things that we'll talk about with him was him getting kicked out of practice the other day.
Yeah, Schotty talked about it.
Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer talked about that today and talked about the message he has for Easy on a situation like that.
He and I had a long talk, and I just talked to him about, we're playing this the way you would play a game. And I said, for an incredible player, you run hot. That's part of his edge. He's a incredible play style guy. He plays the game the right way, but at the same time, we have to have a plan that when he gets hot and when he feels, his temperature rising, what is the plan? And so he and I discussed a couple different options. I think we've got a good thing in place, but again, I don't want to take it away, the edge that he plays on, but you throw a punch, you've gone over the edge, therefore, you're going to get ejected, and he saw it. I mean, the officials threw the flag, and they were literally doing this. Like, they were simulating that they would have thrown him out of the game, and that hurts the team. His reaction was great. We had a very good conversation, very positive, and I told him, I said, hey, look, the minute I did it, I forgot about it. Like, I wasn't mad. You have to learn.
You have to learn. And he went on because he was asked a follow-up question to that, which is not important other than the fact that it hurts the team, not just in yardage. He used an example like if we're down 6 or we're up 6 and you're trying to protect that lead and one of your best rushers is out, then that hurts you in that respect too.
It's discipline, It's discipline to be pissed off, but not go above the line and do something that penalizes the team. Not only yardage, but you throw an elite pass rusher out of the game, and then now we're up, 6 in the fourth quarter, and they're in a 2-minute drive, and now we have to change maybe our scheme. We got to bring more blitzes and stuff because we can't get home with 4. So I think he understands that.
Well, we'll see. We'll ask him if he understands that, huh? Yeah. I'm sure he does, and maybe he'll share a little bit of his conversation that he had with Schotty on that when he arrives. We are expecting him at any minute. Looks like they're going a little bit longer today than they have the last couple of padded practices. I know they were getting in some punting and kickoff stuff too. John Machota here just tweeted out that the first team offense struggling a bit late in practice.
Good.
Is that because of the defense, or are they just struggling?
No, it's because of the defense.
Or did somebody tell Dak it was the playoffs?
Oh, stop.
Yeah, Terry Gotti.
Stop.
I'm just asking. Asking for a friend.
Are you?
Yeah, sure.
What's the friend? The guy in the mirror?
The guy in the mirror. Yeah, he's a hell of a guy. He's a hell of a guy.
Is he? Is he? You think about Cut 13 Pledge, the idea of this defense being far better than it was a year ago. There could be 3 rookie starters on defense on opening day.
We're going to play the best players, and these 3 guys have shown the ability to pick up what we're doing, 1. 2, communicate their roles, their jobs, and then they're showing the ability now that we're in pads of playing the play style the way that we want it. And, I think really all 3 of them, are earning the right, to help play. But it's a deep roster on defense at a lot of spots. And so the position battles are very, very far from over.
And again, I don't know if that was to reiterate what he said at the beginning of the press conference about the left tackle position, but he's certainly trying to clear things up when it comes to Tyler Guyton and what he said earlier in the week. So, Shotty, good. His press conferences, I will say, are good. They're pretty transparent for the most part. I mean, obviously, there's some things he's not going to give up or tell the media, but for the most part, he's pretty transparent.
He tells you a lot of stuff, and what he does hold a lot of stuff back. But it's not just cliche BS after cliche BS answers. I could tell you that. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Is Ron still there, Pledge?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, Ron, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
And I'm still roasting in San Antonio. Seriously jealous that you are out there. Let me tell you, the many times that I've been in SoCal, I have not found one, and I do mean not one, place that is worthwhile to serve good Tex-Mex or Mexican food.
So it's different, and you may be able to back me up on this, Ron, because one time we were out here, we wanted breakfast tacos.
You can't.
No, you go to a place that gives you a burrito.
You can't. You can't. It does not exist. Forget it.
Yeah. It's
that
crazy.
doesn't.
You know, it is.
Well, thanks for the call, but appreciate that.
Interesting when you think about, he said Tex-Mex. They don't do that. California Mexican food is different than Mexican food in New Mexico and Mexican food in Arizona, for that matter. It is crazy. So, yeah, you're not going to find Tex-Mex out here in California. It's completely different style of what they do. While we wait for Donovan Ezeiruaku, easy to show up, let's stay on schedule and
take a break.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Donovan Ezeiruaku, we are efforting him and waiting for him to finish up practice and come talk to us as we sit here. Cowboys training camp on the tennis courts in Oxnard, California. This is the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Blitz. 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. They're conveniently located in the Corey area. They have extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Life is too short to drive the same car every day. A Pascucci Prestige membership gives you access to an incredible collection of exotic and luxury vehicles whenever you want to change things up. Learn more at PascucciPrestige.com.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the
the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Football season is almost here, and just in time for kickoff, the new Roo Pub will be open in New Braunfels, in Creekside near the Buc-ee's. You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game, any big event, and the New Braunfels location will be no different. Heading to the coast, check out the Roo Pub in Rockport, and of course the OG Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road is the perfect place for your fantasy draft. Roo Pub number 3, opening soon in New Braunfels. We'll see you at the Roo.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
We've got some NFL football tonight. It is a Hall of Fame game. It will kick off the preseason in the NFL. Carolina Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Carson Beck gets the start at quarterback for the Cards. Kenny Pickett is under center for Carolina. By the way, you can see that game, or hear it, I should say, right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 7 o'clock. And running back Jonathan Taylor of the Colts, he's been rewarded today, 2-year, $44 million deal.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Back here at Dallas Cowboys training camp, Oxnard, California. The Cowboys just wrapping things up. A lot of the players out there signing autographs. A lot of military presence here today. Military Appreciation Day here in Oxnard. So the Cowboys done with practice, but they're out there, signing some autographs for the good folks that are here.
Absolutely. And again, when Ezeiruaku arrives here in the tent, we'll throw some headsets on him. It's going to be interesting over the next hour because Dak Prescott is scheduled to join the media on the podium after practice. He does that about once a week.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting, although, again, with the number of people here today and I love that they are taking the time to sign autographs and have that interaction with all the fans, especially the military. But, yeah, so we expect Dak up on the podium. Ezeiruaku sitting here in the tent with us. Christy Scales is supposed to join us at some point, although with everything going on, it's all very fluid because obviously if Dak is still talking, Christy has her own job that she's got to be doing.
Absolutely. She's got to be doing that. Great shot here. Our friend Mike Ducey from the Fox affiliate in Dallas has got a shot of the players just going down the line and high-fiving all the military folks that are here, all the fans that are here, including Dak Prescott doing that. And so George Pickens is right in front of him. And so it's awesome that they do that, number one. Salute the military, and number 2, that the players go out there and take the time to show their appreciation as well.
And we do have football tonight.
We do.
We have, granted, it's the Hall of Fame game, but we'll all watch just because we're excited about having real football and knowing, it's a Thursday night. I think we'll have football now through on a Thursday night through the end of the year.
Yeah, this is are we ever without football now from now until, February?
No.
It's it. So we're in the season. It's officially here, which is a really good thing. So I want to watch some of that. I did. I mentioned this earlier. Carson Beck, I'd like to see how he looks in a NFL uniform, obviously starting tonight for the Arizona Cardinals, because that dude was the next. When he first hit the scene at Georgia. And everybody thought he was going to be a high draft pick and yada, yada, and then he just kind of fell off the face of the earth, ends up ending his collegiate career in Miami. And they had a hell of a run, and Carson Beck was pretty good. So good enough that the Cardinals noticed, and they drafted him, and, well, here we go. So it's going to be interesting to see how he performs for the Cardinals tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we get football, right?
Yeah.
And what there's so many different cool things when you start thinking about football. And obviously, this year the Super Bowl is on ESPN. It'll be Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the call. I did not realize until I read an article earlier today from Front Office Sports, this is the last year of their original contract.
Wow.
And, when they came over from Fox, ESPN paid those guys pretty well.
Yeah.
But since then, you got Romo in his contract. You've got Tom Brady in his contract. And both Joe Buck and Troy Aikman have the same agency now with CAA. It will be interesting to see what kind of deal those guys end up with. And when you look at what Stephen A. is getting, McAfee. Now, McAfee is a little bit different because they pay his production company that amount of money, and then McAfee pays everybody on his staff. So it's not like that money is McAfee's salary that you read about, but they are spending a lot of money on the McAfee program. It will be interesting to see ultimately what Joe Buck and Troy Aikman get, because quite honestly, that is the best broadcast booth on television.
Oh, there's no question about it. They are the best. I don't think there's any question about that. Joe Buck has always been the best, and then you got great analysis from Troy Aikman. So, yeah, I agree with you. They are the best. The ESPN's not going to let them go. They are Monday Night Football staple and will be for the foreseeable future. So they're going to get paid, and I'm sure they're just sitting back waiting for it. And, yeah, if you're Buck and Aikman, you just you let other people handle that stuff.
Well, sure. That's exactly what they do.
There we go.
What's going on, man? How are you doing?
Donovan, how you doing, man? Donovan Ezeiruaku has joined us here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, fresh off of practice and giving some high fives and stuff to the folks out there.
Yeah.
How was the day of work, man?
It was a good day of work. Full pad day. This is what camp's all about. A lot of hitting, a lot of talking, a lot of competing, and that's what we're all about, competing every day.
Donovan, how hard is it when you're out there in pads and you're going but you can't take somebody to the ground? How hard is that for a guy like you?
It's hard, especially, not even just because that's football, but when the offense is doing their job, they're pushing the pile or, things like that. We're just playing football, so it's tough. Sometimes I think it's just safer when you just hit the ground.
Well, and part of it's football. You get heated. I know you got ejected the other day. Brian Schottenheimer was talking about it today. He had a conversation with you, and I would imagine talking to Brian the way we know him is one thing. Is he different in the room when you're having a conversation like that?
I think Coach Schotty is who he is. Not a two-faced individual at all. He's very real, and I would say the same for myself. So we had a conversation, and he knows the type of player I am. He knows what he drafted, and that belief is still there. He doesn't want me to lose my edge. Just sometimes you gotta reel it in just a tad, just so we can't hurt the team. And that was pretty much our conversation. But he's like, Don, I want you to be who you are, and he knows who I am. So.
He said that today. He said, I don't want him to lose that edge. That's what makes him great and a good football player. So he doesn't want that. But, again, I guess, to take it to that step, it's hard. But football's an emotional game.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
No, it definitely is. And when our motto is in our golden rule, or, when you're competing every single day, everything is a competition. And things do get fiery. Things do get chippy. At the end of the day, we are teammates. But that's what's going to drive us, in my opinion, to be the team that we want to be. We want to be a nasty team, but the team that toes the edge, doesn't cross the edge, and that was pretty much what we talked about.
High expectations for you individually this year. Going and comparing what it was like for you last year and this camp, to me, with my job, feels like a completely different vibe. Do you sense that?
I would say so. But I think as a rookie, you have a learning curve. There is a learning curve, and I'm not one that lets pressure get to me. I think pressure is made up. It's something that you kind of make up in your mind. I just want to go out there, play football, and do what I need to do to help this team win. And I think if at the end of the day, when that happens, when I do that, I'll be sitting at a pretty good spot at the end of the year. So that's something that I don't really let get to me. I just want to go out there, play football, get better every single day, go out there and compete with the guys to help us win some championships or win a championship.
Everybody's talking about Christian Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Is he all that is advertised?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Cool dude, sure. But as a football coach, he really knows how to verbalize and get his guys to do what he wants us to do, if that makes sense. He's a teacher. So he's teaching us what he expects out of us, and he emphasizes certain things, especially like communication. So that's something that he talked about, in our team meetings or in our unit meetings. That it sounds like practice. That's a fact, and that's something that he brings, and that's something that he emphasized early when he got to this team. And we appreciate him, and we think that we firmly believe that he'll be able to help us do what we want to do this season.
When you think about how he teaches, and we've heard so much about that, and the other staff members that he has brought in, because obviously everybody from your rookie year, everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Are you like, all right, I wish I'd have had this as a rookie. I would have learned a little bit quicker, or learned a little bit differently, and any bad habits from last year that you're having to unlearn?
Not really, because football is football, and I think I'm very open-minded, and I'm very coachable. So it's not like I really, I wish I would have had that last year. Obviously, we wish the situation might have been better, but it is what it is, and there's no knock on our last coaching staff for me, from my perspective. But, moving forward, like I said, Coach CP, he's bringing a lot to the table. And that's something that we're going to have to rise to, and that's we're going to have to execute his calls, and I think that'll help us win.
Donovan, when you look at you and your role on this football team, is rushing the passer something you're going to concentrate on a lot more, or the same, or what do you think?
I'm an edge rusher, so that's the name of the game. That's what they drafted me here for, to rush the passer. At the same time, you can't rush the passers till you stop the run. So, we understand that as an outside linebacker room, that we have to set edges to stop the run. But there's always a huge emphasis on rushing the passer.
Oh, and that's the funnest part, right? Sacking a quarterback.
It is. It's the most fun, because you get a lot of credit. You can do your little dance, but you could also, do your little dance after you get a TFL. You know what I mean? So.
Everybody talks about, and back to the edge rusher part, but with what you guys have added up front on that defensive line, stopping the run seems to have been an emphasis, especially with those big fellas there.
Yeah.
Is that going to make your job maybe a little bit easier to get to the quarterback?
10 times easier, especially, when we have guys like, Tito, Q, Kenny, Jonathan Bullard. We got big guys who specialize in stopping the run, and when I might have a 4-eye or whatever the case may be, and he's pretty much setting the edge for me, I could fall back and make a play, or I could take my shot up the field. So it's going to help a lot for sure.
When you think about it, as we visit with Donovan Ezeiruaku here on the Blitz, you were a part of last year's defense as a rookie. And the most respectful way I could say this without, the defense wasn't very good last year, right? And you hear people say, man, if that defense could get middle of the pack, if they could be a top 16 defense, when you hear that, how do you react to it as a member of that defense?
I don't want to be middle of the pack. I don't want to be average. Coming from a year where it wasn't the standard, it wasn't anywhere close to where it needed to be. As a competitor, it makes you sick to your stomach. We got in meetings sometimes they might, talk up, say, for example, tackling. And they'll bring up the stats from last year in tackling and how we weren't where we were supposed to be. That makes me sick to my stomach. That's just the competitiveness in me. Individually, team, whatever the case may be, I don't want to be middle of the pack. I want to be the top.
Donovan, a lot has been made about Gotti the greatest offense, whatever it stands for, that Dak made up. And I know you guys are probably using that.
Offense there is.
There it is. There it is. And I know you guys are trying to do something about that, at least out here. But when you look at that and the fact that the defense has been upgraded, and you guys are flying around out there, and so far from what I've seen, you guys are playing really well on that defensive unit. Do you get caught up in the Super Bowl talk or the success, or do you keep it day by day?
I would say, as a competitor, your main goal, the reason why we come out here and do what we have to do, is because of that end goal, that Super Bowl at the end of the year. So I would be lying to you if I told you that we weren't focused on the Super Bowl. At the same time, it takes the grind. It takes long days like today. It takes, getting better every single day to get to that point. And that's the stuff that a lot of people don't want to do. And that's something that we have to do. As far as Gotti, I feel like that's them. They're setting the standard for themselves. That's the goal. They want to be that, and we want to help them be that. And that's how we do that, is by competing every single day in practice.
Now, in August, out here in Oxnard, you can tell them where they can shove their Gotti, because once the season starts, though, you get Gotti with a much improved defense, and you've got something to talk about, right? But right now, you can tell them where they can put that Gotti, right?
Hey. Yes. Yes.
Try to shove it up their ass.
And that's the competitiveness that we have to have and get to where we want to be. Because if they want to be the greatest offense there is, who's to say that we don't want to be one of the greatest defenses there is as well? You know what I mean? And we're just going to push each other to reach and to surpass that standard and go win a championship.
So you guys don't have a fancy nickname or a saying?
I don't think we have one of those creative things. We want to go be dominant and go be dogs and go hunt and go give the football back to those guys. So
it's better, though, if somebody gives you a nickname.
I don't got it.
You don't have to go into a room and come up with one. Like you're not trying to be Doomsday, right?
Listen, I'll say this. That's the standard that they set for themselves. That's why they gave themselves that name. And that's what they want to go achieve, and that's the goal that they want that they have. So I'm not mad at it.
A couple of years ago, what was that? Hot Boys? Don't do that.
It was.
I don't know nothing about that.
Well, yeah.
Ask around, man. You'll shake your head, dude.
Yeah.
Donovan, and I look at this, and I know this is necessary, man. Training camp, and I know you got to come out here, you got to put the work in. But when you're out there like that, and you're working, and you're in meetings, and you're watching, how anxious are you, man, to get to the New York Giants Week 1?
Very anxious, but at the same time, you understand that, there's a process involved in that. There's so much more that we have to get done. There's so much learning, and there's so much teaching that the coaches have to do in order for us to go be successful, game 1 in Jersey, where I'm from. But there is just so much. So, yeah, you're anxious, but we got to take things day by day.
When you're thinking about, obviously, going and being close to where you grew up and all the friends and all the families, but then you look at all the teams, are there players that you're like, I want to go against that guy, or is it more about the team?
Well, the most important game is the next game, in my opinion.
Sure.
Of course, we play the team that I got kind of left on a bad note for me last year. And ironically, we play them first game back where I'm from, back in Jersey. So I'm very excited for that. I think that, it's going to be a good night.
Absolutely. I'm growing up in Jersey. That's interesting. What do you like to do other than play football?
Play football. But it's not much. I spend time with my family, friends. I got a dog. Hang out, play the game. Not very much. I like to relax in my time away from football. I do like to get on the water. I do miss Jersey a little bit because, right there by the Jersey Shore. But I do like to get on the water, get on the lake, just like find peace in certain things.
What part of Jersey?
South Jersey.
Okay. It's like Seaside Heights area?
Think Camden, New Jersey, Cherry Hill.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
damn near Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you an Eagle fan or a Giant?
I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
That's a great answer now. That's signing your check.
But I will say I live about 30 minutes from, Lincoln Financial, so. Yeah, that side of Jersey.
Sure, and I mean, we won't hold that against you if you grew up an Eagles fan. That's all right. You've come around and you're in a good spot now. Do you see some of those teams and the rivalry, and as fans of you guys, we hate the Giants, we hate Philly, hate Washington. Do you feel that sports hate too when you play against those guys?
Well, my thing is a little bit different. I kind of always been the type of person that have a chip on my shoulder. I guess it's just being a Jersey kid, honestly. You know, it's small state, and then I went to a smaller university at Boston College. My thing is, if you passed up on me, I kind of just I look at you a little sideways, and so that's just kind of how, you know, my competitive drive is sometimes. So, you know, if it's not the Dallas Cowboys, that's how I feel.
Exactly. But when you're home, and let's say, are you going to Ishkabibbles or Jim Steaks in
Jersey?
Yeah. Well, in Philly, right?
Well,
and then
home is Jersey. But I do cross the bridge. Dude, I go.
Do they know you're a Cowboy when you're going a lot of places?
I wear a Cowboy gear. They know. And
Good.
I had my draft party in Jersey too. So,
Nice.
you know, there's a lot of people that, you know, saw that from the area. Anyway, I kind of just, you know, I love a good Italian food. So I'm anywhere there's Italian.
All right.
Food.
So is that Jersey? I mean, is it known for Italian food? What's the food? Yeah, that's
sure.
it. Huh? Okay.
Italian food that's like New York, New Jersey, even, you know, South Philly. That's where it's at.
What's the favorite?
I'm good for chicken parm. Yeah, chicken parm.
I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
or
good.
A good hoagie.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah.
He's got to be careful wearing cowboy gear up there.
Nah.
The one time I got my ass kicked was at the old Veterans Stadium wearing a cowboy jersey.
Not me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
a little bigger.
Yeah, you're a lot bigger than he is. That's for sure. I wouldn't want to mess with you. No.
Who's your roommate out here?
I don't have one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, not everybody has a roommate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're at the level now. You don't have a roommate, huh?
I mean.
You can say that.
You know, I think Coach wants to prioritize sleep. You know, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, do you like it like that?
Yeah, I do. Because I know when I get back to my room, it's lights out.
No distractions.
Yeah, there's no distractions for me.
So you're not a video game guy where you're going like that?
No.
Okay.
Here I'm either, you know, at the calf, doing recovery, watching film, watching more film, playbook, go to bed. So.
That's so much fun, dude.
It's fun. It's a great time. It's a great time. I can't lie.
Friday off day. Are you doing anything fun tomorrow?
Recovery.
That's it. You're not going to leave, go to L.A., go to the beach?
Swing the golf club a little bit.
Nice.
I might go do
You go right over here?
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good stuff,
I
man.
appreciate you.
Donovan,
roommate.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you guys for
Good
having
luck this season.
Thank you.
Donovan Ezeiruaku joining us here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good dude, man. I like that. Good dude. So we'll react to what Donovan had to say when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we're celebrating our 50th year of the Hunters Extravaganza. Join us in San Antonio August 7th through 9th. Come see Gator Country, Heart of Texas snake handlers, enter the deer competition, and compete in the annual indoor 3D archery tournament. Discover the latest hunting gear and apparel, book hunts, and find everything you need for the hunt. The Hunters Extravaganza, brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association. Get tickets at ttha.com.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it, like that. Ask your phone, group chat, smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time, no waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Quality time with the family, watching for shooting stars, and your cousin's need to take a photo of everything.
Scooch closer to the grill. You're out of the shot.
I love the lighting here.
Mark, you're blinking again.
I'm not moving. You guys have to move.
This one's blurry. Wait, don't take a bite of the corn. I want to get a pic.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming.
I'm just taking a picture of the grill. Thank you.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Roseanne's lost all of her humor. She's a miserable woman.
I never found her funny, so she just got more miserable.
Snooky. Damn.
She was a cochina. It was like, bleh.
All right. Enough of this. Grow up. Grow up, Vic. I can't do this all day.
Oh, yes, we can.
That's a Jersey Susia.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio. On South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Backer, pass rusher for the Dallas Cowboys. A lot expected of him. I'm Joe Reinigle. He's Jason Minix. And Jason, I mean, you look at that, and he wants to be better this year than he was last year. But if you look at what everybody considers is still the weakness of this Cowboys defense, it is at that position. And so I don't know if it's up to a guy like Donovan Ezeiruaku to go ahead and prove everybody wrong, or is that where the Cowboys are going to try and address what they feel like they still need?
Well, obviously, that's the Max Crosby elephant in the room.
Right.
Which I'm not going to ask him about.
No,
that.
of course not.
He wouldn't be able to answer, but he's an edge rusher. And, take this roster as it sits right now, knowing that we've heard from Jerry, Steven, Brian Schottenheimer, that what's out here, there might be somebody that's in that lineup against the Giants on opening day that isn't here now. But the expectation is in this Christian Parker system that Ezeiruaku will be the guy. A lot of expectations for him. And it's little nuggets. And some of this, you might have to clarify with the Brian Schottenheimer, but generally speaking, there are a lot of dudes with roommates out here.
Yeah.
The ones that don't get roommates are the dudes, right? You know what I mean? And so, unless they got extra rooms this year and they didn't have to double up, but it's unusual to be at camp and not have a roommate. So if you're at the level where you get no roommate, unless there's something, I don't know, his sleep noise machine or whatever. But I was stunned that
I was too.
A second-year player doesn't have a roommate. Like Dak doesn't have a roommate. CD doesn't have a roommate. Kenny Clark probably doesn't have a roommate. Ezeiruaku should have a roommate.
Well, it's interesting. And again, there's high expectations for him. There has been since he came here. So he wants to be an elite pass rusher. Obviously, that's what he wants. That's what he's working to do. He's got that edge. We know that. And I'm happy he didn't shy away from the question about getting kicked out of practice the other day. He didn't. He answered that, told us his conversation with Shotty. And I tell you what, just a great young man as far as I'm concerned, and I wish him all the best. I hope he's very successful.
Yeah, no, and again, the expectation for him is going to be off the charts. So, and I loved the answer about, dude, I mean, if you guys were mediocre, because that's, I mean, he reads stuff. Even when guys say they don't read stuff. It's not just, me asking, hey, man, if you guys could be in top 16, if you guys could be mediocre, He doesn't want to be mediocre. And he owned the fact that they were awful last
Absolutely.
year. Awful.
Well, dude, it didn't take a genius to figure that out.
No.
I mean, he can look at, he saw it just like we did.
But when you're calling somebody's baby ugly, you know what I mean?
Well, the baby was ugly.
He did. He ain't trying to find the positives in what they were dealing with.
Sometimes just say, my baby's ugly.
Little breaking
nothing I can do
news,
about
James Pledger. Jahmyr Gibbs has signed a 3-year contract extension worth $67.5 million.
Now, where does that rank him on running backs? Is he?
It's got to be way up there.
Well, it has to be.
I'm sure all that will start trickling down now that the word is out that Gibbs' deal is finally done. I mean, you look at Jonathan Taylor, got a 2-year, $44 million contract extension today. Bijan broke the bank the other day, and now you've got Jahmyr Gibbs, 3 years, $67.5 million.
What's the quick math there, Minix? Do it.
A lot more than
20-something a year for sure.
A lot more than I make.
Well, of course, that goes without saying. But, again, well-deserved. Shefty, we mentioned earlier in the show, he said he thought this deal would get done today. And so it has. It's gotten done, and here we are. So good for Gibbs. And I know it was Dan Campbell talking about this the other day, that he wanted to get this done because he wanted him back in practice and getting the reps that he needs and getting with his teammates. So now he is, and it's all done.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, his contract, 3 years, $67.5, could be worth up to $75.75.
Okay.
Includes $51.5 in guarantees, making him the NFL's highest paid running back, according to his agent, Todd France.
Okay, well, there you go. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him, and they need him because they got rid of the other guy. So, good for him.
Yeah, David Montgomery down in Houston. Christy Scales is going to join us here coming up in a minute.
She is going to join us. She just said give her about 5 minutes. So I guess that's about time for us to take a break, isn't it?
Yep.
Which one, Pledge? Well, I'll talk to Pledge during the break, and Christy Scales will join us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I want to ask you a question. Look, all of us like to ride around in style. You get your car and you think, man, this is it and that's it and all of that stuff, and it's a great way to be. You want to drive around in style. Well, there is a company that's out there that will allow you to do that, and you don't have to buy the car. You don't have to worry about insurance. You don't have to worry about maintenance. You just drive. That's it. Exotic cars, luxury vehicles, Pascucci Prestige. They are the company I'm talking about. Right now they're looking for founding members. Those members are going to get exclusive perks. So instead of owning just one car, look, you're going to get access to an incredible fleet of luxury and exotic vehicles. It's incredible. Perfect for date nights, business meetings, weekend getaways, or just because. You just feel like driving a car maybe around the hill country, maybe around San Antonio and all of that good stuff. You can do it as a founding member of Pascucci Prestige. 5 driving days every month in the vehicle of your choice, by the way. 1,000 miles every month. You can use the vehicle however you want to and take it wherever you want to go. Early access to brand new vehicles before anybody else, plus the opportunity to help influence what gets added to the fleet. Founding members get in on the beginning. They become part of something exclusive. They're even offering discounts for their first founding members. You got to check these folks out. If you've been thinking about driving something extraordinary, well, now is absolutely the time to check that out. PascucciPrestige.com. That's PASCUCCI Prestige.com. You want to go there, ask them about becoming a founding member because those spots are going to fill up. Again, go to PascucciPrestige.com. PASCUCCI Prestige.com.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddles, Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Football season is almost here, and just in time for kickoff, the new Roo Pub will be open in New Braunfels, in Creekside near the Buc-ee's. You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game, any big event, and the New Braunfels location will be no different. Heading to the coast, check out the Roo Pub in Rockport, and of course the OG Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road is the perfect place for your fantasy draft. Roo Pub number 3, opening soon in New Braunfels. We'll see you at the Roo.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circus Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doop doop, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
And we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Coming up on the AJ and Rob show, it's a Friday. Rob will be back in the saddle. We'll look forward to a weekend, and we had our first football game of the year. We'll talk about that and plenty more. It's the AJ and Rob show. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. How about them Cowboys? San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you in part by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's a windy day in Oxnard. Just take a look at our backdrop. It's blowing all over the place, but we'll get by because it's a beautiful day here at Cowboys training camp. This is the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And the legend Christy Scales from Dallas Cowboys at Radio joining us here on the Blitz. And if you're watching on YouTube, that's not Donovan Ezeiruaku. He was just here. I don't want anybody to be confused.
Well,
No.
I would just like to apologize to the people who are watching, on streaming. I didn't think about the streaming part. I would have put on makeup or my non-radio stand outside for 3 hours face.
It's fine because it was hot today, was it not?
Yes, it was warm. It's interesting because when the Cowboys practice at the Rams next week, they're at their facility in Woodland Hills. It's probably going to be like in the mid-90s.
Oh, no.
So, it's very pleasant here in Oxnard because we're close enough to the coast, but you get inland a bit, and it can be warm. We used to have those preseason games in San Diego, and a little bit of a valley where that was, and it can get warm out here. So, what was it, a roasty 79 today?
Yeah, I saw 77, but
wow.
people
Tough.
back home on our YouTube complain out and granted, but it can be hot and cold. Because here tonight, you got to wear your hoodies.
Absolutely.
It gets cold at night. I was freezing last night. By the way, Christy, on our YouTube page, everybody's telling you look great.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, let me put my sunglasses on. And hide this,
so the compliments are coming in. Yes.
Thank you.
So that's good. It's good.
Speaking of weather, as you look at the schedule, how much are you thinking about the weather?
That's the only thing I think about. People say, where's your favorite place to play? I say indoors.
Yes.
I'm usually a sports purist. May I share with you, not that folks in San Antonio have to worry about this, but if you were to make a pilgrimage, I would say Lambeau Field would be a great place to go. And
in
all
September.
of these places you can go in September, but not, the only thing that I have found that works is the Thermacare heat patches, or if you're cheap like me, just get the generics from CVS or Walgreens. But the heat patches that Peepaw would wear on his back or neck because it's sore. My personal record was a game, actually, it was Chicago, Thursday night game. We had back-to-back years where we played Thursday night football in December, and it wasn't the coldest game in regular season Cowboys history because it was like 8 degrees at kickoff, but the wind chill was -7. And I had 17 heat patches all over my body, chest and back and legs and belly, and my arms were too skinny, so our radio engineer literally gaff taped the heat patches to my arm. So it's -7 degrees, and I'm standing on the sideline just sweating profusely. And they say that they last like 6 hours or so, 6 to 9 hours, and I can attest to that because we're on the bus. We leave because we travel with the team. We leave immediately following the game.
Sure.
Even if it's a Sunday night game or Monday night game, Thursday night game, whatever. You go, you leave the stadium on the team buses and go straight to the team charter to fly home. Get home about 4:30 in the morning, and I'm on the team bus just sweating bullets because the heat patches are still working. And then the other funny story about that is, and women can relate to this, our feet are always cold, are they not?
Yes.
No matter what. And so I always ask the punters or the kickers, because you get, up until recently, you'd get some new ones, every few years. And I would ask them what they would do to keep their feet warm because, I'm standing out there literally like 6 hours, 6.5 hours on game day in the cold weather. And so we had a kicker named Billy Cundiff, if you remember Billy. And he was from a small town in Iowa and played college football at Drake, which is also, I believe, in Iowa. So he would know, right, how to keep his feet warm. And so he told me, well, bread bags, there's Dak Prescott. Hey, Dak, the folks in San Antonio want to know if you know that the Spurs, during their playoff run, were doing your hip thing.
Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson, yeah.
Luke Cornett. Uh-huh. Look just like it. Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you, Dak.
Thank you, Christy.
Yeah, thank you, Christy. That was great.
We were asking during the break.
Yeah, well, Jordan Elder from Channel 4 in San Antonio, she tried to get their crew to ask him that when they were out here, and they didn't. And then so she texted me and said, "Can you?" And I said, "Yeah, except for he's doing podium and he's not doing one-on-one, so I don't know that I'll get the opportunity." So
well, here's the thing.
Perfect timing. My goodness.
I think your longtime listeners know that you're set up on it. We're all set up on a tennis court here in Oxnard, and so as you say, Dak's headed to the podium, meaning that he's actually doing a press conference today. Most of the time, you'll only have the podium maybe 5 or 6 times after a practice out here at training camp. Most of the time, you're grabbing the players when they walk off the field, and so we just happen to be positioned where Dak is actually starting his press conference right now. So anyway, you guys were facing the opposite direction, but I could see him coming.
Well, we appreciate that. And so does Jordan Elder.
Yes.
She appreciates that, too. Yes.
And he'll stop for you.
Yes. Yeah, he wouldn't have stopped for us.
I tell you, may I share a story about
Of course.
Dak?
Sure.
Because I get asked a lot about, what are players really like, or, about leadership qualities and things like that. And I'll share this story. This is from 2 seasons ago. And AT&T, who's a big sponsor for Cowboys, they had signed a ladies flag football champion, Diana Flores. She's the quarterback for Mexico's national team. He had signed her to a deal, and so I was supposed to give her a tour of the Star facility there in Frisco on a Saturday morning, and that's when the Cowboys have their walkthrough. And so I was supposed to end at exactly 11, right on the edge of the practice field, so that when Dak came off the field, they would have a jersey swap and a photo op. So the 2 of them holding each other's jerseys and stuff like that. And Deanna is more petite than me. She's tiny. And anyway, they did the jersey exchange, and they're signing each other's jerseys, and they hold them up for the photo. And Dak, without any prompting, this is him speaking from the heart. This is not a marketing person saying, say something nice or say this. This is who this man is. At the time, Dak's daughter was about 1.5 years old, his first daughter. Now he has 2. Her name is MJ. He turns to Deanna and says, thank you so much for this jersey. And I'm hanging it in MJ's playroom because I want her to not only have strong female role models, but I want her to have strong female role models in sports.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Now, Deanna, she's got a lot of confidence anyway, but after that, you talk about standing taller and walking prouder. And I'd say about 5 months after that, this is an off-season event, and Nike's doing it, and Dak's there, Charlotte Jones is there. A person has flown in from New York for the league office, and Nike has provided the uniforms for the now more than 50 high schools that we have in North Texas that play girls flag football. So Dak is going to speak to the group, and I'm supposed to MC it. And so before, I'm like, hey, Dak, by the way, I know you don't remember, but when you met Deanna from Mexico and you mentioned this to her, I was going to reference that. And he was scrolling on his phone because he had written a speech. He says, I think I've got that in here already when I said this, this, and this. So I was going to say this, this, and that. And I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
He doesn't need someone whispering to him to tell him, here's this person and here's that person and say this or say that. He's just that kind of guy.
Christy Scales joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Of course, she's part of the Cowboys radio network and has been for more years than you actually have been alive, which is amazing.
Yes, 36 years. It's against the law now to hire preschoolers. Back when I started, 36 years ago.
That makes all the sense in the world. But you've known Dak since he was here. It was,
2016.
Kellen Moore broke his leg right in front of us.
Yeah.
And then and then Dak Prescott. The negativity that he has dealt with, especially because his playoff performances. Yeah. This year, his confidence is, showing up in the Super Bowl shirt, hearing everybody talk about, we are going to the Super Bowl. To your point with that story, Dak knows the stuff, the negativity that's going to come with Dak Prescott uttering the word Super Bowl and him playing with it. And he does not seem to care.
No, put your money where your mouth is, and that's his intention. And I think that's good. I think it sets the tone because he's the unquestioned leader, believe me.
Oh, yeah.
And good to see some of the new guys in, like the Quinnen Williams and the Kenny Clarks of the world, veterans, on the defensive side of the ball. You've obviously had like the Malik Hookers and the like. But, I think that was just him expressing confidence. And then when it gets out about Gotti, greatest offense there is, you kind of set yourself up, don't you, to be knocked off the pedestal if you don't live up to it. But I think that he's setting the tone with that kind of swagger, and I'm not surprised at all, though.
Well, Christy, think about it. What do you want him to say? Well, maybe we'll get there. Maybe. That confidence, and he's always had that. And the one thing for the play on the field, if he's criticized for that, that's one thing. But one thing you can never criticize Dak Prescott for is his leadership ability and how these players feel about him.
Absolutely. They'd run through a wall for him, and he'd do the same for them. And what an outstanding year he had last year, and yet it still wasn't enough. And I know you've been talking ad nauseum, and everybody has, about, the improvement to the Cowboy defense and the like. But I would just say one thing, though, about the offense. We're all assuming that they're going to pick up where they left off.
Yeah.
Should they be better? Yeah. It's Tyler Booker's second year. He was a rookie last year. Presumably Tyler Guyton, if he can stay healthy and, and with it mentally and everything. In the offseason, he was doing the right things. Now he's got to put his money where his mouth is and show him improvement there at left tackle and show confidence and earn that from everybody else, especially media and critics. But, should they be better? But we're just assuming that.
Sure.
And I just don't think that's fair. And you're assuming that Dak's going to play all 17 games, be healthy. And last year, he started the final game, but, didn't really play much that final game of the regular season. But that's presuming a lot for an NFL quarterback this day and age to go back-to-back seasons in full health. And so, I don't know. I just nobody's really talking about it, though, and we're just assuming.
Well,
yeah.
Again, the second year, you take that next step, but the focus really has been on the defense because they were so bad last year. And I know talk is cheap. Last year, there was no talk that, man, this team is really going to be bad defensively. There was some chatter about how good are they, but we didn't expect what we saw last year.
No.
This year, we had Donovan Ezeiruaku on earlier, about 48 minutes ago. And I asked him about, a lot of people are saying if this defense can be mediocre, this team could be really good. And listen to his answer from about 45 minutes ago.
I don't want to be middle of the pack. I don't want to be average. Coming from a year where it wasn't the standard, it wasn't anywhere close to where it needed to be. As a competitor, it makes you sick to your stomach. We got in meetings sometimes they might, talk up, say, for example, tackling, and they'll bring up the stats from last year in tackling and how we weren't where we were supposed to be. That personally, that makes me sick to my stomach. That's just the competitiveness in me. Individually, team, whatever the case may be, I don't want to be middle of the pack. I want to be the top.
Love that. Love that. And he's not alone. A lot of the guys are saying similar things. Malik, while Donovan was here talking to you guys, Malik Hooker was out there talking about the improved communication, and then also, just they heard everything. They know how bad they were.
Sure.
I'll tell you, from just the perspective of being on the sideline during the games last year, sometimes I felt like I was at a ping pong match because it was just a big play to the right, Cowboys would make, and then even faster, the defense would give it up to the left, just back and forth like ping pong or a tennis match. And but there were just so many plays defensively last year where afterwards the defensive backs are with their hands up like, what was that, or what were you doing? Like the communication was poor. And but frankly, Matt Eberflus, I think he wasn't dealt a full deck last year to deal with, right? A short hand to deal with. And so, it's interesting because you say, Jason, that nobody really expected that last year. because you had Matt Eberflus coming in with all the guys he had brought with him from Chicago, or that had been with him even previously when he was an assistant with the Cowboys or defensive coordinator with Indy, and we weren't really so much talking about that because the focus was the offense and what Shoddy and the brand new coaching staff, those guys on up, what they accomplished last year was really amazing, because that staff, you had guys who come straight from college, like Connor Riley, the offensive line coach, and Junior Brown, the wide receivers coach, who had been most recently at Oregon, and they had never worked together before. And yet it all came together in time for a really spectacular season in terms of points through the first 3.5 months of the season, and statistically amazing. And it's the defense that was awful. Well, now this year, it's the other, the shoes on the other foot, where it's defense, and it's Christian Parker bringing in these coaches that have never coached together, right? And, well, a couple of them Christian had been with at different stops. But I can tell you that, because I think when people have you on from Cowboys radio, they want to know what's happening behind the curtain,
Sure.
what's happening behind the scenes at the Star in Frisco. And I can tell you that the confidence, the swagger, energy, the word I'm looking for is energy, that is what's on that side of the ball. And I'm talking about my longtime friends in football operations and scouting, the people who know, the people that Mike McCarthy would call the bartenders, because they're the ones that interact with everybody and have been there a long time and know everybody, day to day, and where all the bodies are buried. And I can tell you, and I'm one of those people too, because I've been around a long time, what we were feeling on offense going into last year, even though there was uncertainty outside the building, there was that quiet confidence on the inside offensively going into last year. And I feel that and hear that, and others are saying that too, for the defense. Now, is it going to manifest itself on the field? I don't know, because you have so many new players.
Sure.
And you're counting on a Donovan Ezeiruaku, who you just talked to step up in his second year. He played a lot of the year last year, hurt, off-season hip surgery and stuff. But if those guys can make that second step, and then you've got Downs and Lawrence, and then, a full year with Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark.
Well, it's interesting that you say that. And talking with Ezeiruaku, he loves rushing the passer, and obviously that's been a problem for the Cowboys. It certainly was last year. Shoddy said it again today, though, that they're looking. And Jerry has said that. Steven has said that. Do you think, or from what you hear and talk to people, that the Cowboys feel like they need somebody like that, maybe a bigger name to come in here to rush the passer?
Oh, they've talked to a very big name, but sometimes big names want to wait till later in camp. But most of the time, it's a team wants to see what they have with the younger guys and give them the reps and the snaps. And so maybe it could be a combination of those things.
Well, I mean, there's a big name that might be chasing chickens right now that lives in Frisco, but what about somebody that might be in camp, I don't know, with the Raiders with a bunch of tattoos?
Yeah, they can't do it. Really is tampering.
Yeah.
Sure.
To talk about it, it truly is.
Yeah.
So no one's trying to be coy with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they try to get him? Absolutely. Of course they did. But yeah, I would say that fans should hope that they don't have to do that. To commit the resources with the money, and someone who's going to be on the later part of their career, right? You want the Ezeiruakus, you want the Rashawn Gary to play the way he did the previous, a few years ago there in Green Bay. You want the Malachi Lawrences, to have a chance to do that. You don't want to have to commit to an older guy that's costs more money. This is a draft and develop team, so that's what everyone should hope for. I know it's not as fun, and certainly for talk radio and for just hanging out in the bar and talking with your buddies, it's not as much fun, but that would be the best case scenario for the Cowboys.
Well, I tell you what, it's going to be interesting. I've never heard Jerry talk like that, saying he would be willing to mortgage the future if he had to. I mean, he said that in the State of the Cowboys address, and
sure.
I've never heard Jerry say that before.
Oh yeah, he'll say, I don't have, he knows he doesn't have time to waste. I don't have
Right.
time. I don't have enough time to have a bad time.
Exactly.
I think that's how he says it. But hey, can I say one thing about
Sure.
all the criticism that Jerry takes? And it's like, man, he's more interested in making money than he is in fielding a winning team. It's like, oh my gosh, you have no idea what you're talking about. Jerry would do anything and he's tried. Hey, the money that he's put forth, do they have some room under the cap? Absolutely. So that if there were a pass rusher out there, you need some flexibility and
Sure.
so that you could do that, or you're going to have guys that land on IR and things like that. But to think that winning is not the priority for Jerry Jones, or that it's not making, he prints money right now. He could print 5 times the money if they could actually get past the divisional round. Can you imagine?
True, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, that's not the way it is. And the people who talk that way about Jerry don't know Jerry. And
I agree.
I think I've interviewed him probably more than anybody else, just because with the pregame owners box interview that we do before every game, that's at least 20 times a year, I talk to him. So I have a great deal of respect for him and know that the passion that the entire Jones family has, not just to the team, but to put a winning product on the field. Does it happen all the time? No.
Yeah.
But it's not, not for lack of commitment.
Very true. Before we let you go, Christy, aside from the big-name players that everybody always hears about, who has caught your eye through the first couple of padded practices?
Caught my eye. Well, Rebel's having just a really good camp. Has he given up some plays? Yeah, but boy, is he having a good camp. My Rudy of the year, I think I mentioned it on the Cowboys report today, is Shiraz Pete. Can't miss him. 6'9" with the log braid coming out the back of his helmet. Would be the first Navajo Nation member. He's the first to sign with an NFL team. And wouldn't that be something if a Native American and Navajo were to play for America's team? So he's the guy I'm really rooting for. He's a long shot to make the practice squad, let's be frank.
Yeah.
But wow, what a terrific young man. And I'm just really curious to see how they're going to continue to use Barham. I know that he left practice early, so we're going to get an update on that, hopefully a little later, certainly by tomorrow. But I'm looking more at how they're mixing safeties and cornerbacks, and then how they're mixing edge rushers as well, and the rotation there.
Awesome.
Good stuff, Christy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Dak's still going.
He's still going, yeah.
He never shuts up.
Yeah, I know it. It's crazy.
Never.
Yeah, thanks for that, too. We owe you dinner or a drink or something.
No problem. Hey, Spurs game. Next time I'll come down.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Thanks for having me on.
Scales from the Cowboys Radio Network here on the Blitz.
Absolutely. Always good stuff. Always like having Christy here when we were out here in Dallas. That's for sure. A lot more Cowboys coverage coming your way here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Oxnard, California. It is a beautiful day. We'll talk Cowboys when we come back.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need promotional items made, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Golf shirts, fishing shirts, dress shirts. Sam has all the big name brands: Nike, Eddie Bauer, North Face, Travis Mathew, Under Armour, Port Authority. Heck, he has now a full line of Tommy Bahama. Over 25,000 caps in more than 75 color combinations are on display in his showroom. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. He has over 700 uniform lines to choose from as well. And his new sign shop can do your signs, banners, flags, card magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. No order is too small. Certainly no order is too big. And Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or get into that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Star has South Texas' biggest sports stick, enhanced by Dr. Boom Boom Pow. KTFM Floresville, 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney who has practiced law here in San Antonio since 1994. Over the past 30 years, I've represented hundreds, if not thousands, of victims of negligent drivers. If you've been in an auto accident, you can choose a billboard lawyer, but I'd ask you to consider calling me. We have only one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. My team and I place a premium on communication because I believe there can be no daylight between an effective attorney and his client. I do not charge for an initial consultation. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, just call my office, 210-900-0400. There's no charge. I want to make sure that the decisions you make immediately after an accident are smart decisions. The other driver's insurance company and your own insurance company will want to talk to you immediately after the accident. My advice, talk to me first. Many adjusters play fair, but I've seen more than a few that do not. If you've been injured by a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
If you or someone you love is struggling with alcohol or drug use, you do not have to carry it alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. We help people take the next step with compassion, privacy, and no judgment. You do not need all the answers, just a safe place to start. And 90% of our services are provided at no cost. Call Cicada at 210-225-4741. That's 210-225-4741. Or visit cicada.org.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months of the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Imagine 5 years without buying soap, shampoo, detergent, or any household cleaners. Buy a Connecticut water softener today and get a free K5 drinking station plus 5 years of pure and gentle products. Hurry, this offer ends August the 31st. Call Connecticut now.
Football season is almost here, and just in time for kickoff, the new Roo Pub will be open in New Braunfels, in Creekside near the Buc-ee's. You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game, any big event, and the New Braunfels location will be no different. Heading to the coast, check out the Roo Pub in Rockport, and of course the OG Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road is the perfect place for your fantasy draft. Roo Pub number 3, opening soon in New Braunfels. We'll see you at the Roo.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Any city. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
NFL preseason underway tonight. It is the Hall of Fame game, Carolina and Arizona. You can catch that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 7 o'clock. Other NFL news, the Indianapolis Colts extended running back Jonathan Taylor, rewarding him with a 2-year, $44 million deal worth up to $47 million, includes $39 million in guaranteed money. And Jamar Gibbs also got paid today.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Here on the tennis courts at Oxnard, California. Cowboys training camp. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and we are happy to have you along this afternoon. Beautiful Thursday afternoon here in Oxnard, Jason.
I know, and Dak Prescott's still going on at the podium, although it sounds like he might be wrapping up. And it's weird, in our tent, we can't see the podium.
No, we can't. I can see some of the camera guys over there that are set up for the local TV stations, and they're still listening intently. But, yeah, we can't see Dak. But did stop by the tent, courtesy of Christy Scales.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did his little dance.
About the hip deal that he does his warm-up that the Spurs were doing, and yeah, he was very aware that the Spurs were doing that, and credited Luke Cornett, said he looked just like me, which is comical.
That was, yes.
That's comical. You know, if you missed that, go check the YouTube feed, and you can actually see video of Dak doing that in front of our tent while we were visiting with Christy Scales. A question that was posed by one Jordan Elder from News 4, because apparently the News 4 people didn't get that accomplished while they were out here. So she asked us to get it done, and we did. And, you know, Jordan has been all over this story about the mayor wanting another vote. Andrew Solano, who is a political type in San Antonio, says before the mayor has even held her first listening session, she's apparently already asked staff to schedule a special council meeting to put the arena financing on the November ballot. Though he asked, and I'm the same question, then why the hell are you doing these listening sessions?
Yeah, exactly. If you're already made up your mind, but it's a good thing. And again, she's doing these sessions to try and get people fired up, to call their council person and try to get them to change their vote. Because look, as it stands right now, she does not have near the votes necessary to put this thing on the ballot in November. So she's got to get people fired up, hope that those people will call their council person and get some minds changed.
Now, think about this. According to Andrew Solano, 92,152 San Antonians voted yes on Prop B last November. Now, that's not everybody that voted because, you know, they have gone through the numbers, and from Bexar County, these are the people from San Antonio that voted for Prop B. 77,587 voted for Mayor Jones in her runoff election. So more people voted yes for the arena than voted for her to become mayor. Now, I know those aren't apples to apples because different elections always have different kinds of turnout, but the people have already spoken. You have a listening session. Listen to what the people have already voted for.
Wow, they already spoke loud and clear at the ballot box, and that's for sure. And again, there are some people who are using the entire Project Marvel and the things that have gotten canceled or not going to happen anymore as a reason to try and do this again. I just got a response to a tweet that I did, the guy saying the same thing, and it's, look, we did not vote on any of that stuff. The only thing we voted on was the arena. Now, the Spurs and their vision or the city's vision of a whole Project Marvel is one thing. We didn't vote on that. We voted on the arena only.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
End of discussion, and that passed. Whatever else happens will happen or not, and we'll go from there. But to use that as a reason why, well, we have to vote again, because no, I don't buy that.
It is the biggest waste of time and money, and quite frankly, I still am not clear why she is really pushing this, other than if she's got some supporter groups that are encouraging her to do this, to make this stand. And as one person that's heavily involved in politics, she what's the word? It might help with statewide offices that she might want to run for.
You know, I would like to think that, Jason, but I would have to believe that if you're watching this from outside of San Antonio, and you, I don't see how this could help her. I'm not sure, unless there's just a huge faction out there that's like, screw the billionaires and these team owners and everything else, and they should pay for their own stuff. Well, you know what? maybe Toyota should pay for their own stuff and not get tax breaks, or HEB, or I don't know, Valero, or whoever the businesses that are attracted to San Antonio that get huge tax breaks without a vote, by the way. Without a vote. And so, maybe we should do the same thing for everybody. If you're going to do it for one business, you should do it for all businesses. And that's just not how it works. Politicians make those decisions every day, and they brag about it. Look what we brought in here. Well, you brought them in here and gave them a sweetheart deal. And I'm not complaining about that because sometimes that's necessary. Well, the Spurs are a business. That's exactly what they are. And they're not getting a sweetheart deal because they're putting in a large chunk of their own cash.
Well, and again, the money, the $489 million can't be used for any other services. I remember the tweet Jordan Elder had when she asked the mayor about that. The mayor is fully aware.
Yes.
Although apparently the mayor said today something along the lines of, quote, "I hope folks go to Mass this Sunday. Maybe they hear something in the family that gives them hope to allow their neighbors or city taxpayers to vote on their money. This is the kind of once-in-a-generation opportunity, and so I hope my council colleagues do the right thing." What?
Well, yes.
Again, that money can't be used for anything else. She just continues to blur the lines for whatever agenda she is trying to push.
Well, and it's works for some people. Some people are buying it hook, line, and sinker. And if you just take the time to get the facts, take the time to get the facts, you're going to know that she's misleading you. And that's exactly what she's doing. And I would assume that that's what's going to happen tonight. Although from what I understand and just tweets of folks that are in favor of the arena, they're going to be there, I guess, to call her on it because there's a lot of folks that are fired up about this, that are on the side of the Spurs, that are on the side of getting this arena done, and that are going to go to these meetings. It may not be as smooth sailing as she thinks it's going to be.
Like she deleted her tweet from yesterday because I quote tweeted it, and people have said, hey, and then you go, it says, why would you delete it? Why also would you schedule something that these listening sessions are supposed to encourage? None of what she's doing seems to make any sense. And while there are protocols, and with her military association, understanding chain of command and protocol should be one of her greatest skills, yet she does not seem to give a damn about that.
She does not, and it's just it's comical what's taking place here. I mean, it really is. And to me, again, I'm for this project, so maybe I'm a little bit biased when it comes to that. But just looking at the stuff she's saying, Jason, and the stuff she's trying to push, it to me just makes her look silly.
Yep.
And it really does. And if she thinks she's being a leader by doing this, or a good mayor or whatever, I think it makes her look exactly the opposite of that. And I even said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, maybe Tuesday, whatever day it was, I almost feel sorry for her because I don't know what she's doing. And I know that sounds kind of dumb in itself, but I just don't know what she's doing. And it just, every time she opens her mouth, it's like, just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man.
Make it make sense.
It doesn't, and none of it makes sense, and that's the problem. So, again, can't wait to see what happens at these listening sessions because, well, she's not listening. And so that in itself is pretty comical. We are here live at Dallas Cowboys training camp. We'll talk a little Cowboys football. Dak Prescott now off the podium. He's done, and but great stuff with Keldon Johnson and the dance, and pretty happy about that, him stopping by here, the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star 10. More Cowboys when we return here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Got to ask you a question, and I know because a lot of you have told me how hot it is there in San Antonio. And I know it is. Even though it's nice here for sure, and a lot of houses here don't have air conditioning. We need air conditioning in San Antonio and South Texas, without a doubt. And if you feel like you're running your air conditioner constantly and your house isn't cooling off, could be a problem with your windows, where all that cool air you're buying and paying for is going right out the window. Now is a perfect time to think about about replacing those windows. Some of them or all of them. Doesn't matter, because Window Nation has a great deal. And, I've never seen anything like this. How about 50% off all window styles? 50% off. So basically it's 2-for-1 windows when you're talking about that. You also get 0 down payment. No payments or interest for 2 years. That is an incredible deal. And if you've been thinking about it, talking about it, now is the time to get it done with Window Nation. And you can trust these guys. They've got an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've got a 96% customer satisfaction rating, over 45,000 5-star reviews, and Window Nation is a proud partner of the Wounded Warrior Project. Look, this sale can't last long. It can't. It's just too good. 2-for-1 windows? That's an incredible deal. Don't wait to put an end to your window problem. Schedule a fast, free consultation. You can do it right now. You just go to windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Still using the I got a guy approach for your digital marketing? Relying on one person in today's rapidly shifting online landscape is costing you more in lost opportunities. You need the deep bench expertise of Conrex Digital. We provide more than just a presence. We deliver results. From high converting websites and SEO to engaging social content and lead generation on Google and Meta, we handle it all. Dominate your competition with expert programmatic and streaming TV campaigns. Bold marketing, real results. Visit conrexdigital.com. Conrex Digital makes it happen.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of feller who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Yeah! Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
I like shorts that are pretty short.
What do kids want to wear back to school? We ask them.
I love wearing things that make me feel confident. They have to be like really comfortable too. Yeah. Nike shoes, running shoes.
Like I think I wear my Birkenstocks every single day.
I just wear what I want and I let other people wear what they want.
Gear up for back to school tax-free at Academy. Shop this tax-free weekend to save big and get ready for the year with brands like Nike, Burlebo, and Adidas at Academy. Fun can't lose.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney who has practiced law here in San Antonio since 1994. Over the past 30 years, I've represented hundreds, if not thousands, of victims of negligent drivers. If you've been in an auto accident, you can choose a billboard lawyer, but I'd ask you to consider calling me. We have only one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. My team and I place a premium on communication because I believe there can be no daylight between an effective attorney and his client. I do not charge for an initial consultation. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, just call my office, 210-900-0400. There's no charge. I want to make sure that the decisions you make immediately after an accident are smart decisions. The other driver's insurance company and your own insurance company will want to talk to you immediately after the accident. My advice, talk to me first. Many adjusters play fair, but I've seen more than a few that do not. If you've been injured by a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Coming up on the AJ and Rob show, it's a Friday. Rob will be back in the saddle. We'll look forward to a weekend. And we had our first football game of the year. We'll talk about that and plenty more. It's the AJ and Rob show. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here live from Oxnard, Cowboys training camp 2026. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix.
While we are live out here in Oxnard, California at Dallas Cowboys training camp, there's stuff going on down in Houston as well. Let's talk about the Texans with the General. John McClain joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And John, I know you're wondering, it is currently 79 degrees and breezy. Feels like temperature of 80. According to my phone, it feels warmer than the actual temperature.
I'm so jealous of you guys as I get every year. And my two-word response to your trip out there, the second word is you.
Yeah. Yes.
Screw it.
Love you too, John.
Yes.
Love you.
Yes. Well,
yeah, I hope you're having fun with my NFC East champion prediction with the Cowboys. So I think the Cowboys are going to be great on offense. We'll see on defense. I'm picking them to to dethrone the Eagles. And so tell Jerry I don't want to look bad.
Okay, we'll tell him. John, I don't know. The vibe out here is incredible. It really is. And we've been talking about that a lot. Just the fact that, the last couple of years, it's just been almost just like a funeral out here. I mean, really no hope, no optimism. This year is completely different between the players, the fans, and everything. It's incredible.
Well, they know they have a great offense. And people feel better about Brian Schottenheimer now than they did. Like just another guy, another yes man Jerry's going to make as a head coach. I think people realize that's not the case. They're fired up. It's not like it's a great division. And I think people know they got a playoff offense. They didn't have a playoff defense last year, but we don't know how much it's going to be improved, but I do think it'll be improved. I don't think it'll be great, but I think it'll be good enough for them to get the playoffs again, and we'll see how they do from there. And the people should be pumped. If you think about this in our state, I cannot remember a time when the Cowboys were capable of the playoffs. The Texans are capable of winning their division. Texans are capable of winning their division. The Longhorns, the Aggies, and the Red Raiders could all be ranked in the top 10 or 12. The University of Houston should be ranked. It's some good football in our state. I'm just sad I can't say that about those fighting Baylor Bears.
Yeah. Well, not everybody's going to make the list, and you're right, John. And you think about the Texans, and I don't know if he doesn't get talked about because he's been hurt so much, but Tank Dell in practice the other day, his first padded practice in forever. If Tank Dell can return to close to what he was, how potent can this Texans offense be under their second-year coordinator?
First of all, Jason, when he was out in pads for the first time yesterday, he didn't do everything the other players did, but he did show people he can run routes. They weren't letting him get caught up in any trash. They were careful. And it's so funny looking at him next to 6'4", Jaden Higgins, who has been one of the most improved players, and 6'4", Nico Collins. And I tell people it makes it look like one of them brought their kid to practice. And Tank is 5'8", 165, but he's a fan favorite. He can cut. he can run, but he's going to have to take some shots on his leg. I think he'll be better the second half. I think he'll be better next year. But if he could catch somewhere in the neighborhood of 30, 35 catches for 400 or 500 yards and a few touchdowns, that would be just a cherry on top of the sundae, because in December of 2024 in Arrowhead Stadium, he had one of the worst injuries anybody could see with his leg and his knee. And I remember C.J. Stroud started crying and people were ripping him. And he said, what would you do if one of your best friends is on the ground screaming in agony? And so they're all happy to see him back. And they got a lot of ifs. The only thing they know on offense is that Nico Collins can catch. They know that Dalton Schultz is a good tight end, one of Stroud's favorite targets. David Montgomery is a good runner who was a touchdown machine at Detroit. Still don't know about the offensive line, don't know about Tank Dell. But when Dell is out there, it uplifts everybody, fans, players, coaches, even the media. The media is struggling to see what Tank Dell can do. So like it is out there with a lot of energy, people are pumped here too.
Well, John, but what did people feel about Jadeveon Clowney coming back to Houston?
Joe, they were excited about that. First of all, I still wonder, you guys would know better than this. Clowney had 8.5 sacks, led the Cowboys, had 379 snaps off the bench, played in only 13 games, started 4. They had the 5th best pressure rate in the NFL, and also had his most tackles for loss since, I believe, 2021, but they weren't interested in having him back. And I talked to one person, said, well, they got a new coordinator. They want to have their kind of players, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is, if they thought Clowney could help them, they would have kept him. So he comes in here. He'll be coming off the bench behind Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter. And based on what they'd had, which was Derek Barnett, who was not re-signed, with him and Logan Hall coming over from Tampa Bay and being able to play outside but also inside in passing situations, they solved their biggest need with Clowney, and he gets to stay home in his bed with his girlfriend and his 3 kids that have lived here for the last 12 years. So everybody is fired up. And when he did his interview after practice, he was laughing and cutting up, and especially when he was talking about Bill O'Brien, who made one of the worst trades in team history, when he shipped him out because he didn't like him, not because he wasn't productive, and because they didn't know if they could add $200 million defensive ends, Clowney and J.J. Watt.
You know, it is interesting that because I thought there was a chance he would end up back in Dallas, and listening to Jadeveon talk, he wanted. He said he called, and they were like, let's see after training camp. And honestly, I think with Christian Parker, the change in scheme, they don't want to, but I do believe the Cowboys have a lot of belief in Donovan Ezeiruaku taking that next step. And we had Donovan on the show earlier today, but then you still know the Cowboys are looking at other edge rushers, and but for whatever reason, they didn't want Clowney, and he kind of admitted that today, talking to the media. Like, he called them.
I think they ought to be looking at Derek Barnett, who did a good job here in a backup role the last 2 years, former number 1 pick of the Eagles, really good guy. They thought they could upgrade the position, and they have. The thing about Clowney, he's always been good against the run, better against the run than the pass, because he's never had 10 sacks, but it wasn't what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to be a good all-around player. And his rookie year in 2014, when he was a top pick in the draft, he had terrible knee injury, microfracture surgery. You know, we're like, well, what does that mean? That's not a torn ACL. And he had to have 2 operations after that. A lot of people predicted his career would be over because of a microfracture surgery, and here he is going into his 13th season.
Well, I tell you what, it makes a good defense even that much better. I'll tell you, that's for sure. And we were all surprised, I guess, a little bit when he ended up signing with Houston. Obviously, when you talk Texans or Cowboys or anybody else in the NFL, you talk quarterback. What have you seen from C.J. Stroud and heard from C.J. Stroud, John?
Well, first of all, he's got an offensive line in flux. I believe the starters will be at tackle Ariante Ursary on the left, Braden Smith on the right. The left guard will be Wyatt Teller. Right guard will be Ed Ingram, and the center will be Keelan Rutledge, their number 1 pick, who's moving from guard. Now, that doesn't mean they'll all keep their jobs. I think that's where they'll be going in. But those guys, all the linemen struggle against this pass rush. So it's not like Stroud's dropping back and, he's got plenty of time to go through his progressions and find receivers, because these guys, they don't hit him, of course, but they beat those tackles, and Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter, and now Clowney, who was blowing up Trent Brown, a backup tackle, who started 7 games last year, and they won all 7, and he was blowing him up. So it's hard. He makes some great throws. He makes some bad throws. How much of that is inexperience on the part of the receivers? I don't know. But the coaches say he had his best off season. He's having his best camp. And I'm thinking, do they say that every year at this time?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, they do. well, John, I keep looking at your Twitter account to see videos of what's going on so I could get that good intel. And Houston really is enforcing this policy. I also saw a video of some poor staffer, probably an intern, that had to go tell fans not to video. It's funny because we were making fun of that here, and then about 10 minutes later, we got an email from the Cowboys PR that they had put in a policy that was like that. And about 20 minutes after that, the policy was reversed. I think the coaching staff wanted it. They didn't say anything at the press conference. It was right when everybody was going out on the field. And then I think Jerry heard that and said, video all you want, boys.
The Texans have always had a policy. At certain points, they tell people you got to put down your cameras. But it wasn't fair when the fans, especially all these fan sites in which people are there, and they're still shooting. They're putting everything they see out there, and we're like, why is that fair for them? So I'm not saying that Trent Brown's been a backup right tackle, Blake Fisher's been a backup left tackle, and Wee-Woo, a 4th-round pick at guard, that he's backing up at left guard, right guard. Jarrett Patterson's backing up at left guard, and Jake Andrews at center, among some others. So I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what I think the starting offensive line will be based on the moves they've made and based on how the guys have done since they put on pads, because coaches, they eat it up when they're in pads. Even though they don't fully tackle and go to the ground and all that, it's still a different game when you do that. And so they announced, they have Mark Vandermeer, their play-by-play guy, come over with a recorded message about when they announced it that you can't shoot videos. You want your team to win, so don't shoot videos. And I'm sure there's some doing it, because what are they going to do, arrest them?
Right, exactly. What are they going to do? I got to ask you a question, John, not about the Cowboys, not about the Texans, but about the Los Angeles Chargers. Well, have you seen these goofy videos and these kissy-face videos of Justin Herbert and his new fiance on the sidelines at training camp? And if you have, what are your thoughts?
First of all, Joe, I'm guessing you have not checked out Madison Bear very closely, because you want to see more. And I want to see more, because she is a great performer, and she's drop-dead gorgeous, and she is fantastic to look at. And the kissy face stuff on the sideline was hilarious, the way they were sitting and everything. And he better play well, because if he doesn't, people are going to say about him. Remember, somebody showed a picture of Travis Kelce, said he had a dad bod first day he got to camp. He'd been eating and drinking too much with Taylor Swift. And then you get different angles, and he looks like he always does. And Justin Herbert's a really good quarterback, could be great, needs to win in the playoffs. But right now, he's winning. It's just off the field.
So, in other words, because it's Madison Beer, you have no problem with it.
No problem whatsoever. And as Jim Harbaugh probably said to the team, who's got it better than Herbert? Nobody.
Well, that's what it would piss me off if I'm a player on the Chargers. It's like, dude, I don't have that. So stop putting it in my
that's
face.
your fault. You're not the quarterback making $260 million.
Oh,
you don't have
gosh.
wavy, curly hair that anybody can reach up and curl with a finger when they want to.
Boy, I expected better out of you, John. I'm telling you.
He's looking for somebody to side with him. He can't find one because it's Madison beer.
Oh, my goodness.
Good stuff. John, I'll always enjoy it, my friend. We'll be back in the heat next week.
Guys, thank you very much. Enjoy it out there while you can.
The great John McClain. Follow him on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. John and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
Good stuff from John McClain, as always. The Houston Texans again, man, at least for now. I reserve the right to change my mind.
Okay.
Brian Schottenheimer. But the Texans are my pick out of the AFC to go to the Super Bowl. We'll see. A lot more Cowboys talk because things have wrapped up here in Oxnard. Cowboys do have a day off tomorrow, but that doesn't mean that we won't be busy with stuff and interviews and all of that kind of stuff. And we're going to talk more Cowboys football when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, we have football on tonight. The first preseason game is tonight. I know it's preseason, but you're excited. You need a good place to go watch it. You need to preseason as well. Get your routine down. So get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Those three massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. And you know the food at the Roo Pub is incredible. They got the biggest and best wings in town. I love their fried shrimp. They've got about 15 different burgers on the menu. Great appetizers, great salads, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub. 281 and Redland Road. That's the original. Now, you know the Roo Pub is growing. The Rockport location is open. It's rocking. If you're heading to the coast before school starts, make sure you hit up the Roo Pub in Rockport. And just in time for football season, Roo Pub number 3 will be open in New Braunfels, in that Creekside area behind Buc-ee's. So New Braunfels coming soon by football season. You too will have your very own Roo Pub. If you're thinking about a great place for your fantasy draft, go into the Roo Pub. They've got incredible specials for that. Just message them on social media, and they'll get you taken care of. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Roo Pub. Redland Road, we'll see you at the Roo.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Let's be honest, watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the morning huddle. Make your pick and win with the morning huddles Rangers double dinger payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Experience the largest gun show in Texas this weekend in Bryan. Texas Gun Shows is open this Friday, noon to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at the Legends Event Center in Bryan, Texas, this Friday through Sunday.
The Gomez Law Firm is the firm that San Antonio turns to for personal injury law. We have Jose from the Gomez Law Firm here with us. With over 1,200 five-star Google reviews, the Gomez Law Firm is proud of the winning record and results that are attached to these reviews.
We encourage people to go online and look at our review because we want to make sure that you feel comfortable choosing the right attorney. And we assure you, you go to Google and look up our reviews, you're going to be satisfied.
It's important to hire an attorney you can trust, and the reviews speak for themselves. The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted provider of personal injury law since 1973.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
The Gomez Law Firm continues to fight for our San Antonio community, and the results matter. If you've been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then contact them today at joegomezlaw.com. That's joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains August 7th through the 13th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here, and I've got a question for you. What if every month you had access to a different exotic car? Well, that's what Pascucci Prestige membership is all about. Instead of owning one dream car, you get access to an entire collection of incredible vehicles and concierge-level service. It's luxury without the long-term commitment. You know, if you've ever wondered what it's like to live the exotic lifestyle, this is your chance. Pascucci Prestige. Visit PascucciPrestige.com and book your ride today.
What if one smart decision could improve your water and eliminate 5 years of shopping for everyday soaps and cleaners? For this month only, buy a Connecticut water softener and receive a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station at your kitchen sink, plus 5 full years of pure and gentle personal care and household cleaning product. That means no buying hand soap, body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, dish soap, all-purpose cleaners, and more for a full 5 years. Now, you can choose from a wide variety of fresh fragrances or select fragrance-free options for your family. Connecticut gives your home better water, helps protect your plumbing and appliances, and is built to be the last water softener you'll ever own. But this offer ends August the 31st, and once August is over, the 5-year Pure and Gentle package is gone forever. Make the wise decision for your home. Call Connecticut today for better water quality, a free K5 drinking station, and 5 years of essentials. 5 years of soaps and cleaners. One limited time. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE.
ConnecticutSA.com.
Let's go to Vegas.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend. The Blitz will be live at Circa August 27th and 28th. And then, of course, we're staying for the weekend. So come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor, Circa Million, Circa Grandissimo are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas. More details and discounted rooms, visit circasports.com. That's circasports.com.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
What is the greatest word of all time? What's your favorite word to say?
There's lots of good words. Try to think of my favorite word. The one that I hate the most, moist.
You don't like that word?
Moist.
I like it because people hate it.
Do you prefer swampy?
Well, see, swampy is probably more appropriate. I like the onomatopoeia. I like it sounding like what it is.
Musty.
Poontang.
You can't say
It kind of rolls off the tongue.
Grow up, boys.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How about them Cowboys?
San Antonio Sports Star, live from Dallas Cowboys training camp, is brought to you in part by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds and AARP San Antonio on South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here live at Dallas Cowboys training camp, Oxnard, California. What a day it has been today, without a doubt. But the entire week has been great, and a lot of good stuff. You know, from Shoddy's presser today, from what he said about Tyler Guyton and clarifying that, to what happened out on the field. Everything going good. The defense still looking good for the third consecutive day. It's just been a lot of fun, my friend.
It really has been. Again, we encourage you to follow us on all our socials at SA Sports Star on Instagram and Facebook. We've got a lot of interesting, or we find interesting. We're putting effort into it, but a lot of behind-the-scenes videos of kind of what it's like out here at training camp. There was one yesterday where, Reinigle thought he ran into A.J. Hoffman.
Well, it looked just like him. No hair and all. I'm just saying, man.
You're saying all bald white guys look the same?
Well, yeah, pretty much, Pledge. Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were saying it looked like a punching bag.
Well, no, not a punching bag. But, I mean, those dummies out there, they're bald. And so when I first saw them, when I'm walking that way, the first day we were here, I saw those. That dude looks like A.J. Hoffman. And so we had some fun at AJ's expense, He's used to it.
He is. He is. And, you think about his UFC career, he was a punching bag. So,
yeah, well, he was. Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Sometimes, man. Go follow us on all the socials at SA Sports Star, San Antonio Sports Star on Facebook. He is at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me and Instagram, all that, just simply at Jason Minix. Make sure you're following everything, because who knows what the fun is going to be. We had a barbecue review last night from a barbecue joint in Oxnard that I promise you will never go to.
No.
And if you thought about it beforehand, you certainly won't want to go now. And who knows what we're going to do for dinner tonight.
Something, though. I'm getting hungry. That ham sandwich didn't last long.
Mexican food.
Yeah, no. Ain't happening.
Not going to be Mexican food.
Uh-huh.
But we've only done seafood once.
We have, which is crazy.
The first night we were here.
But I'm not a big seafood person anyway. But, if that's what you want to do, I'll get some fried shrimp or something.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. Get a shrimp po' boy and some chowder.
Well, that is good out here. I will say that. The clam chowder is delicious.
Did y'all do Gladstones yet?
No, we haven't. Gladstones is all the way down in Santa Monica.
What is Gladstones?
Gladstones for fish. It's a great restaurant.
Well, Santa Monica, that's like an hour and a half drive.
That's a long drive. In Malibu, looking at some of the spots that, with the Palisades fire, I'm not sure what's there. Now, I know Neptune's Net is still there, and I did see something that Duke's has recently reopened. Try to get a reservation at that. It ain't happening. So I don't know. There's a couple other spots in Malibu that you wouldn't mind trying, but honestly, I mean, with where we are in no LA trip, Gladstones would be great if we were going into Santa Monica tonight and doing the show tomorrow from ESPN LA. But we're not. We're going to be here on the tennis courts alone because it's a day off for the guys.
Yeah, but for the players. But there's a lot of people that are going to be around here. We are efforting Christian Parker tomorrow, the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. We've been told there is a chance that could happen. And who knows? Stephen Jones could be around. There could be sometimes when the players are off, that's when you get some of the big names. Not that the players aren't big names. I don't mean to sound like that, but I'm just saying it's possible.
The brass.
Yeah.
The brass. We will. We've been told Christian Parker tomorrow. We haven't been told the time yet because they apparently haven't finalized their meeting schedule. And I'll tell you, I can't wait to talk to Christian Parker because one, I've not had a one-on-one conversation with him, but everything you hear about him, and then watching him at practice for a young guy. One of those types that commands a room. And he's taken over a defense that was just awful last year. And you can't sugarcoat it. We had Donovan Ezeiruaku on earlier in the program. And Easy was a rookie last year, and he was a part of that piss-poor defense. And he knows, and look, if this Cowboys defense can be mediocre, this Cowboy team is going to be far improved. And I asked him about just becoming mediocre.
I don't want to be middle of the pack. I don't want to be average. Coming from a year where it wasn't the standard, it wasn't anywhere close to where it needed to be. As a competitor, it makes you sick to your stomach. We got in meetings sometimes they might talk up, say for example tackling, and they'll bring up the stats from last year in tackling and how we weren't where we were supposed to be. That personally, that makes me sick to my stomach. That's just the competitiveness in me. Individually, team, whatever the case may be, I don't want to be middle of the pack. I want to be the top.
What a great guy. He came in here and he seems determined. I mean, this guy, we asked him what he does for fun. He watches film and studies the playbook. I mean, that's it. That's what he does. And so he is all football, that guy, and wants to improve and wants to be the best that he can. And the Cowboys would love to see that because they're looking for a pass rusher.
They are, but he's also expected to take that big next step. Now, at practice today, Jayshawn Barham left with a groin injury, although Todd Archer just tweeted out, a source tells Todd Archer they don't believe it is serious, and Jay Sean did return to the practice field before practice was over, but he was no longer in uniform. So, yeah, they did take him there. And, for a rookie who could actually end up starting, obviously Caleb Downs is going to be a starter. But Brian Schottenheimer was talking today about the concern level, if you call it that they could have 3 rookies starting on defense.
We're going to play the best players, and these 3 guys have shown the ability to pick up what we're doing, 1. 2, communicate their roles, their jobs, and then they're showing the ability now that we're in pads of playing the play style the way that we want it. And, I think really all 3 of them, are earning the right, to help play. But it's a deep roster on defense at a lot of spots. And so the position battles are very, very far from over.
I don't have a problem with playing rookies. If they're the best players out there, why not? I've got no issue with that. Obviously, Caleb Downs is going to start. We know that. So there's one for sure. But, yeah, I've got no issue with that. Now, and I like the way Shotty's running things. Best players are going to play. I don't care who you are or where you've played before or anything else. If you're the best player, you're playing.
Well, that's it. I mean, Barsham's a 3rd-round pick, and Malachi Lawrence is a 1st-round pick, the 2nd first-round pick.
Yes.
But I don't know that Malachi right now is one of those that is, likely to start. Overshown, lot expected from Overshown, and Brian Schottenheimer was talking today just about how impressive he has been. Maybe. Or not.
Yeah, Demo's doing great, Bill. I think it goes back to just the way he came back in the offseason. He was excited about feeling good and all that, and he was one of the very first guys in with Christian Parker, as we got started with the offseason program, spending time. If he ends up being the green dot, which I'm not saying he is, we haven't decided that. Everybody's doing it, but it's important that those guys have the relationship and the understanding of anticipating what might be called and things like that. But overall, Demo's having a really good camp, and I know he feels good, that he's feeling good.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's just got to be available, and that's been his problem. I don't think anybody questions his talent and what he can be. I just think he's just got to be available. Injuries have just been a problem for him. So hopefully he stays healthy, and we'll see what the Cowboys have in a DeMarvion Overshown.
I thought Schottenheimer was going to break out into a Robert Earl Keen song about feeling good again by the time that thing was over. Fun day for sure. It is a Thursday. That means we got to start getting ready for the weekend.
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap. It is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Go to samsburgerjoint.com to get your tickets, see their full calendar, their menu. Friday night, they've got the days in between with Deadeye. Dan Gonzalez is playing out there Saturday. Glass Mansions on Sunday.
You like them?
I have no idea.
Okay. You said that with a little pep in your voice there. I thought that was good.
That's a cool band name.
Tonight out at the Majestic Theater, they've got the Hamilton Broadway Experience. My wife and your wife saw that last night, said it was fantastic.
Thank God they saw that together last night while we were in California.
No
didn't
kidding.
Have to go.
But if you want to go, they said it was fantastic.
And those seats, our buddy John over at Awesome Tickets, man.
Took care of them.
Oh, my goodness.
No doubt. Green Hall tonight, the Bells are playing out there. Out at Paper Tiger, fishing in Japan. Takes a long time to get there. How can you do that? I don't know. We'll ask them. LOL Comedy Club. Adam Dominguez is out there, and the Mission's taking on the Cardinals out at Wolf Stadium.
Of course, all weekend, starting tomorrow out at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall, is the Hunters Extravaganza. Rob Thompson is going to be out there tomorrow afternoon, so we'll hear a lot from Rob during the show. Flores Country Store has Aaron McBee and Lane Smith. The Stable Hall at the Pearl has The Grasshopper Lies Heavy, Donella Drive, Trash Dragon, and Skin and Bone.
Wow.
Jackson Wendell is out at Green Hall. ACL Live has the Mavericks with Jimmy Vaughn, Jesse Dayton, Joshua Ray Walker, and Kevin Russell. Blossom at Paper Tiger. And Upstage Comedy has Carter Anderson.
Nice. Saturday, again, Texas Trophy Hunters extravaganza all week. Out of Green Hall, Jack Ingram is there. ACL Live has Bikini Trill with Barb. At the Germania Insurance Amphitheater, Toto with Christopher Cross. Oh, wow, that's a throwback. Not a big Toto fan, but Christopher Cross is good. Bluebonnet Palace, Soul Sessions, Paper Tiger, Electric Feels, Bob the Drag Queen at the LOL Comedy Club, Carter Anderson at Upstage Comedy, and, well, the Missions are still hosting the Cardinals.
Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall on Sunday, the final day of the Hunters extravaganza. Up in Austin at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater, Kesha is going to be up there. Don Tolliver at the Moody Center. Sawyer Brown at the Tobin Center. A lot going on.
A lot happening this weekend, so get out there and do something.
What's on Tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Again, online at samsburgerjoint.com.
But don't make any plans for tomorrow afternoon between 2 and 6 because we're going to be right back here at Cowboys training camp with surprises, I'm sure, and lots to talk about. Plus, I am curious to see how things go at the listening sessions this evening, or session, I guess I should say. So we will discuss all of that and wrap up our Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Extra innings with Pledger. That's coming up next here on the Star. Be sure and join AJ and Rob in the morning, the AJ and Rob Show. They'll get you started at 6 o'clock. Minix and I will be back here at 2. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Cowboys training camp live from Oxnard, California continues next on South Texas.